We are live, man.
All right,
we
second
go.
podcast, episode 2. Yeah. Hopefully this sounds better and looks better than the first
Yeah,
one.
we did a little upgrades,
Yeah.
or a little fine tuning, anyways.
Yeah, sorry about that first one, but had to get it out there.
Yeah, work in progress.
Yeah, now we're hooked.
That's right, and we're professionals now.
Yeah.
Don't hold us to that.
Yeah. Don't hold us to that, please. But yeah. So decided to start doing this in my apartment. That's why it looks so badass. Go figure. But yeah. So I was listening to some people talking the last few days, and one of the guys said that some scientists think that if we ever interact with aliens, they're not going to be organic because they don't think anything can live long enough to make the trek to our galaxy or to our part of the galaxy or to our part of the universe.
Yeah,
And it's like, okay, I get that, but I don't. There's animals, beard hair. There's animals on Earth that are immortal. There's I think I can't tell if it's a box jellyfish or there's a certain jellyfish that it has an organ that pumps out organs when it starts to realize when that organ is dying.
whoa, I never heard of this.
So it
So it never dies.
it never dies.
So they're just alive forever.
Yeah, if they don't get eaten or starve, they'll live forever. Same thing with
Whoa.
lobsters. They're research right now looking into lobsters and those jellyfish.
That's
Because
insane.
lobsters don't have that organ. Lobsters have enzymes that just keep them youthful.
Dude, my mind's blown right now.
Yeah.
I never heard of this.
Yeah, and lobsters don't stop growing.
I've seen some
Yeah.
massive. Well, I haven't seen. I've seen pictures of massive lobsters, and I thought they were fake. And I started looking
Yeah.
into them. No, they're real.
They're huge.
They're
yeah.
huge.
As long as they have the food, they'll live forever and they'll keep growing. And
Yeah,
they'll get
you seen that
huge.
one at that seafood restaurant somewhere. I don't know where it was at, but they never sold it. They just kept feeding it, feeding it, feeding it.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, it got so big it wouldn't fit in their aquarium.
That's crazy.
I think eventually they released it in the wild.
Yeah,
They had
you
it
have
all.
to.
They did some studies on it and said it was because most animals released back into the wild they're gonna die, but I
yeah.
guess these are they live just fine.
Whoa.
So there's a massive. I mean, it was the biggest one I've ever seen.
Yeah,
It's
crazy.
floating around the ocean somewhere right now.
Could you imagine if it just never died and just one day you see a whale-sized lobster?
That'd be insane,
like-
dude.
That would be crazy. I'd never go back in the ocean. Well, I don't.
That's
wanna-
worse than a shark, dude.
That is worse than a shark.
Imagine them big old claws, you just
Yeah.
crunch.
Because you don't. Yeah.
Yeah,
Gets
gone,
ya.
dude. There's your leg.
Yeah. And little pincers just
Yeah.
slowly eating you away.
Can you imagine
That'd
that?
be awful.
Oh, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I
Thinking
don't like
about
that idea actually. At least a shark
Might-
kills you
Might
fast.
avoid the ocean now.
Yeah. But another animal that's immortal, apparently, I don't know how true this is. I just read it, but crocodiles. They're immortal.
Really? I know crocodiles live a long time, but
Yeah.
I never knew they were immortal.
They get so big that they can't feed themselves. And they can't sustain their weight.
I've heard something like that where they got real massive ones and they're
Mhm.
just eating everything and they eventually run out of things to eat and they die off.
Yeah, and they just can't get the nutrients to survive. But I don't know.
Is that all crocodiles or are we just talking saltwater crocodiles?
Ooh, I don't know.
Saltwater crocodiles creep me out, man, because not only can they be in the ocean, they
Mhm.
can be in freshwater too.
Yeah,
Do you know
just
that?
fine. Bull sharks the same way.
Yeah, bull sharks are the same way.
Yeah, that's scary.
I was watching this documentary, and I don't know where they were. Somewhere on the Amazon, dude. And these kids are swimming, and they got attacked. They couldn't figure out what it was. They had no clue. And then they found out it was bull shark, man. Nobody even knew bull sharks could go in that far. It was
Yeah.
like miles in, dude. It was insane.
Yeah, the same thing was happening here in the States. Swam up the Mississippi and went into a tributary.
Oh, are you serious? I never heard of that.
Yeah, and actually, Jaws is based off of a bull shark attacks back
That's
in
nuts.
the 1800s. I don't know, sometime early America. That was going on, and then
That's crazy.
fuck a bull shark. Bull shark isn't nearly as cool as a great white.
Yeah, imagine having a great white in the Mississippi.
Yeah, that'd be terrifying.
Speaking of Mississippi, that thing is massive. Did you ever see the Mississippi River?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Holy dude,
thing
people
is
that never seen
massive.
stuff like that,
Yeah.
they don't understand. You get people on the West Coast,
Yeah,
they don't know what rivers are, dude. They
Ooh,
got no
no.
clue. You know?
Yeah.
You see the Colorado River like Grand Canyon, people are
Mhm.
like, it's massive.
yeah,
No,
that's-
no, that thing is
that's
a
a
stream,
creek.
dude.
yeah. That is
That thing ain't doing
nothing.
nothing, dude.
Yeah, this last time that I was coming home, I drove over the Mississippi. I'm like, this is a lake.
Yeah,
This
it's
is just a
massive, dude.
giant long lake.
When you got a river that's got freight ships cruising it,
Yeah.
that's when you know, all right, this
Yeah.
is the real deal.
That thing is huge. Yeah.
That's nuts. And the animals that live in there, dude. The fish and stuff they catch are huge, dude.
Yeah,
Ain't nothing like something over here.
I
Seeing
think.
people grabbing them big old catfish.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing like that on this side of the country. People don't understand that.
Yeah, catfish are weird. Catfish look alien.
Catfish do look
My
alien.
beard is messing with me right now.
People say catfish don't taste good. I don't know what kind of catfish they ate, dude. I like catfish,
yeah,
man.
I don't know who's cooking their catfish.
Yeah,
man.
I don't
Catfish is
understand.
my favorite fish.
I don't know if it's blue. I think it's blue catfish. They got a lot of fat. I think. Don't hold me to that. And as long as you trim the fat off, they say if you leave the fat on, they taste dirty. Taste like dirt. I don't know. I don't think I've ever had one.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming that's where people think
Yeah.
catfish don't taste good because
I mean-
catfish is good.
That makes sense because the saying of "you are what you eat" is because a lot of what you eat goes into your fat.
Yeah.
There's bears that get into big blueberry bushes and they just eat a bunch of blueberries.
And they
and
taste
then-
real sweet.
And they taste sweet, and their insides are blue because of the
Whoa,
fat is blue.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
Never heard of that.
yeah. So that's probably why they taste like. Well, people think they taste like crap.
Yeah,
they're
they're
bottom
bottom
feeders.
feeders. They're eating dirt.
Yeah.
It's like when people say, like deer and stuff taste gamey.
Yeah.
Oh, they taste like sagebrush.
Well,
What the heck?
Yeah.
Might be though because that's what they're eating.
yeah.
You never know.
My grandpa, whenever he was living in Missouri, he would go noodling. There's so many different forms of noodling, it's ridiculous. But what they would do is on the sides of the rivers or the lakes or whatever, they would carve out a little inlet and dig it deep down, whatever, and then so it'd be slow moving water.
Yeah.
And catfish will go down there and like slumber down there. And what you do is you go underneath them real gently and start rubbing their belly, and they'll fall asleep and you flop them onto shore.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah. Everyone knows about the noodling where you find.
Yeah, you stick your
stick
hand
your
in
hand
its
in there.
throat or
Yeah.
whatever down its throat.
F that.
I don't know. I might try it.
Yeah.
I'll do it once.
You like that?
You never know.
I caught. There's that lake over by that plant.
Oh yes. So for people that don't know, we got a power plant, and it uses the lake water to cool the power plant. So there's a lot of people who think the fish and stuff have three eyes, which maybe they do. I don't know. They think it's contaminated.
Yeah, I've never seen that, but
I never have either.
yeah. But you go over there, man. As soon as you dip your hook in the water, boom, you got a hit
Really?
for a catfish. I don't know. if
That
I
place
wanna-
creeps me out.
Yeah,
It's just out in the middle of nowhere. There's
Yeah.
random people. You can go down there at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Mhm.
Don't ask me what I was doing there, young and dumb in high school. But driving through and there's just random people walking around, man. I'm like, what the heck's going on here?
Yeah, that is kind of weird.
You ever been in the lake?
In that?
In the lake, yeah.
No, I'd never go in that lake.
Really?
I'd
People
n-
swim in there.
I'd
People
never
take
do
boats
that.
out there. All kind of stuff.
Hell no.
They say it's
You-
warm. They say the water stays at a higher temperature than most lakes because it's sucking in so much water in that power plant.
I think I put my hand in there. I think. Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe. I don't remember. That was such a long time ago.
I know they do fishing competitions and stuff all through the winter.
Mhm.
Like where other lakes around here, they don't because they're so cold. You know, people don't like to put their boats in the water. But
Mhm.
out there, they don't have a problem with it.
'Cause it's
I'm
warm,
assuming
it's-
because it
it's
stays
radiated.
warmer. Because it's radiated. Is that why you're glowing?
yeah. Yeah. It if you're wondering why this tapestry is hippielicious, it's because I started to meditate and I like the presence of that kind of look. I don't know, it's kind of weird.
He's
What?
hippie. Just look at him.
Yeah. But it's kind of weird how people associate designs like that with being a
with
hippie,
being
and
hippie.
like meditating. and
Yeah,
and
it's like
stuff
the
that.
incense.
Yeah, like
We
the
got-
incense.
you
yeah.
got incense going on right now.
Yeah.
It's, people think that's totally crazy, man.
Yeah, why not like
Nothing wrong with it.
why not like skulls and like flames and weird stuff like that? Why wouldn't you associate it with that?
Yeah.
I mean, what's more?
Yeah, what's the
peaceful than
difference?
death? You're done.
Game over.
Yeah.
Speaking of death, dude, we were talking about this earlier about the Halloween costumes.
Oh
and
yeah.
Halloween. Why are Halloween costumes so offensive?
I
People
don't-
get mad when people wear a certain costume. It's Halloween. That's the
Yeah.
purpose. Is it
Halloween-
not?
Yeah, Halloween is supposed to be offensive and funny.
Yeah.
And well, originally it was supposed to scare away demons. Like, okay, then you're having really offensive Halloween costumes. You want to talk about offensive Halloween costumes? Look at the original Halloween costumes.
Some of them things creep me out, man.
Yeah,
I seen Halloween
that's-
costumes from early 1900s or whenever. Some of them things creep me out, dude.
Yeah, no, they want to complain about that. But yeah, there was a case I don't know what college it was, but they got in trouble for wearing like mariachi or like some sort of Mexican getup, and it's like, well, why is it offensive? Is it offensive because they're white? Then you're being racist.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if they're being racist for wearing the mariachi, it's like, well, why? Is it because it's, I don't know, is it something wrong with their culture? 'Cause I don't think
Yeah.
there's anything wrong with
No.
their culture.
Yeah.
There's pretty good culture. If you know, ask me, it's fun.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah,
They got some real exciting things, actually. Speaking of that, dude, the Day of the Dead,
yeah.
their whole culture behind that,
Mhm.
I'm fascinated with it. Don't
Yeah.
ask me why. But
No,
I think it's
oh,
cool,
so
though.
am I have, well, you can't really tell, but
Oh,
I have a
yeah.
bunch of Day of the Dead skulls all over. And
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's there. The cultures around here in the Four Corners area, so interesting. The Native American culture,
Yeah.
the Spanish culture. I mean, I guess that's really it. But everybody else is an immigrant to this area.
That's true.
Yeah,
But the ones that aren't, they're so into it. It's Native Americans, for
Yeah.
They're so into their culture.
yeah, it's pretty cool actually.
Yeah, when you really get into it.
Mhm. Yeah, I've never been to a powwow, but I kind of want to go.
Yeah, that'd be a cool
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
Or that Gathering of the Nations, or
Mhm.
one of those deals.
that'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I heard that everyone's welcome.
Yeah, I've heard that too. Well, it's Gathering of the Nations, then it's in the name, you know. It's
Yeah.
not like it's just one necessarily tribe.
Yeah.
It's everybody.
You know what I was thinking today, actually, was the reservations. Like, they got some pretty crappy land.
I never
They-
thought about it.
Yeah, they got screwed over in that deal, but I don't know, I was just thinking about it today.
I don't
'cause,
know.
like,
I don't know. I guess it depends on what it is. Because what are we talking about here? What's out there in Dulce area? That's beautiful, man, out there. Think about that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, all they had to do, I mean, it's kind of hard in the desert.
Yeah,
That's
you're
hard.
just in the
Yeah,
desert.
that's difficult. And it wouldn't be so difficult if they stayed in like smaller tribes, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Population growth, but population growth in a desert is hard.
Yeah.
There's not enough water, and you can't really grow. I mean,
I don't know.
we have is it the Nappy,
Yeah.
the Navajo
That's
agricultural,
yeah.
something like that.
I don't
Yeah.
know exactly what it is, but yeah. Bunch of crops. Those
Yeah.
are world famous, dude.
Yeah,
Did you know
yeah.
that? They sell stuff to all over the place, man.
I knew that
Frito Lay and stuff. They're
Mhm.
big time.
Yeah, I actually did know that. I
Yeah.
think maybe I might be talking about my
You just
ass.
dreaming.
Yeah, maybe
I don't know
knew
though.
that.
Back on that, explain Phoenix.
Yeah, that's the thing. Explain Tucson.
Yeah,
Explain Mesquite.
dude, the middle of the desert, dude,
Yeah.
120
Las
degrees.
Vegas.
And dude, you've been to Phoenix. I mean, every city has its crazy areas or whatever, but Phoenix in general, man, is just gorgeous, man.
Mhm. Yeah.
Everybody's like a resort going there, man. Everybody's having a good time, dude.
Yeah.
It's and in the weather, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's the coldest it gets in Phoenix? 70 degrees.
Yeah, in the winter at
Yeah,
night.
in the winter. Yeah,
Yeah. No, that's actually a pretty good point.
yeah.
But I don't know. That's a touchy.
That is touchy.
That's a
Yeah.
touchy subject. But no, back to that whole alien thing. That they probably are just sending probes to us, or not probes, drones. Like how we're sending drones to Mars and such.
Yeah,
wouldn't-
little
I don't know.
robots.
It's not that bad of an idea. Why would you go there, not knowing if those people are gonna, or people, those creatures are gonna.
Maybe they're people, dude.
Yeah, they might be
You
people.
never know. There might be a human
Panspermia.
race on another planet, dude.
Yeah.
We just don't know they're there.
I've been saying that for a while. I think the only way to keep this species alive is to do panspermia, like they did in that movie Interstellar.
I
Just-
like that movie. People
yeah.
said it sucked, but I thought it was pretty cool.
I thought it was way cool.
Yeah, the way they explained it,
Yeah.
the whole black hole thing,
Mhm.
and the whole alternate universe kind of a thing where he's in the bookshelf and whatnot.
Yeah.
Anybody who hasn't seen it's won't know what I'm talking about. But
Watch it. It's
Yeah.
good. But how they were gonna send people off to repopulate another planet,
yeah,
a good planet or whatever. I think that's the only way,
yeah,
unless we can learn how to terraform. But then we know for a fact that colonizing Mars is a crazy idea. Because even if we were to terraform it, that thing gets struck by asteroids all the time.
yeah.
One of the only reasons why we have life here on Earth is because Jupiter slings asteroids away from us.
Is it Jupiter? Why am I thinking Saturn?
It might be Saturn.
It might be Jupiter. I don't know.
It might be one or the other.
Yeah,
or UPS rolling by.
Yeah, special delivery over here.
Nice.
He didn't stop, so it must not be very good.
Yeah. What else you got over there?
Oh, a bunch of randomness. We're random about our notes.
Yeah.
We just randomly write stuff down.
Really
I thought I
bad
had,
ones.
dude, the other day. Couldn't get off the topic. I was watching college football game, right?
Mhm.
It was like 2 or 3 years ago. It just happened to be on. I watched it. And I'm yelling at the TV, man. I'm like, man, dude, what are you doing, Jameis? You know, what are you doing? And I'm yelling at this. And from the other room, they're like, they can't hear you. So I'm just sitting there like, first of all, you totally bummed me out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was in the zone. But on that topic, man, I'm sitting there thinking, like, man, why do people get so serious
Yeah.
about what they're, you know what I mean? Like watching a sports game and whatnot. I mean, obviously it's cool, you're into whatever. But I was thinking about like scary movies. Don't go in there, Sarah. Why are you going in that door? You know he's in there, you know?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you're yelling at the TV, and it's like, wait a minute. First of all, this is all fake.
Yeah.
And even if it was real, Sarah cannot hear you.
Yeah. No, I never watch scary movies because, like, I think they're dumb. I think they're dumber than hell. And it's like, yeah, that would never happen. And I'm like, there's a market for it.
Yeah.
Obviously, something has to happen to have a movie. Like, I was watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I don't know if it was the new one. They made like a million.
Oh,
of
they
those
got so
movies.
many of those movies.
But it was one where they're like in an asylum, and they broke out, and Leatherface, before he was Leatherface, had a knife. And that was it. A butcher knife, like that big. Like, yeah, will it kill you? Sure. But that's a big dude. You're saying you can't outrun
him?
a big dude?
Well, man, you notice how even when they do outrun, they either can outrun him or they trip.
Yeah.
And it's like, lady, what'd you trip on? The air, you know?
Yeah.
But it's all for, it's real. There's a market for it.
It has to move on.
Look how big scary
forward.
movies are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They go to theaters and they're some of the biggest movies of all time.
Yeah.
Look at It.
Yeah.
You ever watch
No.
It, the new It?
Oh, I love it.
Do you really?
Yeah.
It's
not
more of a funny. It's not supposed to be scary, right?
Yeah, well, it's supposed to be scary, but I just like the CG in it. Pennywise.
Yeah.
Pennywise is so cool in that movie. The way
Really?
that they're able to do it. I watched the original just because I like the story, and I'm watching this one. The story's all. There's really no story to this one.
It's
There's
all
only
random.
yeah, it's only a story if you watched the first one or read the book. I've
Yeah.
watched the first one. I've never read the book.
I didn't
heard
even
it's
know it
good.
was a book,
Yeah, Stephen King
Hmm.
wrote and then wrote the book and then.
and then made the movie.
Yeah,
I've
but,
never seen either one of them, so
Oh, whoa!
I'm out of the loop right
You
now.
need to, you definitely need to watch the first one and watch the new one. But Pennywise the Clown's really, he does so much cool stuff. And this new movie, well, I don't want to spoil it for you, but he's pretty cool. I was rooting for the clown.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'll have to check this out.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Speaking of Halloween costumes, man, I seen this man and lady, and they got two sons, and one's like three, 4, and one's still in a car seat, right? And they took the car seat and they built looked like a storm drain, and they dressed him up like a clown.
Mhm.
And then the 4-year-old kid had the balloon, you know. And I was like, man, that's the coolest thing ever, you know. Something about when your kids are too small to dress themselves, you dress them, you have a good time, you know.
Yeah.
Something like that. On this movie topic, dude, I don't remember what the movie's called now. Something about Phoenix Lights. You ever seen Phoenix Lights, the newer one?
No,
called
I was
Phoenix
wanting to
Lights.
look at it.
All right, dude. So before I go see this movie, I got a buddy, and he tells me, "Yeah, man, I was there when all that happened in Phoenix, you know." And he's telling me the story, and I believe the guy, right? He's one of those guys that doesn't really tell stories, you know,
Mhm.
too often.
Yeah.
Found out later that he likes to tell stories. But anyways, he's telling me, he's like, man, this movie's supposed to be real footage, a lot of real footage. So I'm like, oh, okay, really, man? I might check it out, you know. So I get suckered into going to the movies and watching this Phoenix Lights. I'm here to tell you, dude, that was the biggest thrill of my life, dude. I am sitting in this theater, dude, and I'm just like, dude, how have I not heard of this?
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's real footage, right? Like
Yeah.
the big majority of it. I knew parts of it was fake, but I was like,
Mhm.
man, the parts where they're filming, I was like, it's real. I was like, dude, how is this not a huge thing? Why has nobody heard of this? I'm like getting ready to do some research. I'm ready to go fly to Phoenix, you know?
Yeah.
Then it gets to the end, and I realized it was all fake.
Yeah. That's
But for
weird.
that hour and a half, dude,
Yeah.
or however long it was, man, that was I never was floored, dude. All because
That's
someone
funny.
told me it was real, and I believed them.
Yeah, that alien thing's weird, man, because a lot of people don't believe in aliens. And I've seen some weird stuff where it's like, I don't know if it's aliens or the government.
Yeah.
I think it's the government.
Yeah, a lot of people, I think if you logically it would be the
Yeah.
government, but you
Yeah.
never know. Can't
Yeah.
say there is, can't say there isn't until somebody disproves it.
Yeah. Me and my girlfriend saw some weird lights one night. And it's like, it's totally unexplainable. Like, I've seen a bunch of helicopters at night shooting rockets, and it was nothing like this.
Yeah.
But yeah,
We see that
I
new
don't know.
videos going around now. Some guy, he's at work or whatever, and he goes to this lake, and this lake, I guess there's not a lot of people there or whatever. He's picking up a boat, and next thing you know, you see something floating over the lake, and he starts filming it. Nobody can prove what it is. Nobody has a clue. Usually they debunk it real quick, and they say, "Oh, this is this or this is that or it's CG, whatever." Nobody has a clue, unless they figured it out now. This was 2 or 3 days ago, but
Oh,
if you look at the video, it's not edited or nothing. It's
Yeah.
real footage. Who knows what it is?
that's
It's pretty
weird.
crazy.
That's so annoying because it's like, man, stop putting fake shit out there.
That
I
drives
want to
me
know the
nuts.
truth.
Yeah,
you know?
let's get to the facts here.
Yeah, like it's kind of a big thing that you're just messing around with. Like, what if some of let's say like a quarter of the videos are real? You can't believe them because there's so many that are out there that are
Yeah.
just fake bullshit.
Well, it's like Bigfoot.
Yeah,
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
When is
Mhm.
somebody going to get a clear picture of Bigfoot?
Yeah,
That blurry pictures, come on, dude. Let's get
Yeah.
a real picture going. I'm sorry for anybody that believes in Bigfoot.
yeah.
I'm not saying he's not real. Maybe
yeah.
he is. But I want a real picture of this guy, dude.
Yeah, I don't know if he's real or not because
The problem
I
is-
used to believe.
Did
in
you
him.
really?
Oh, big time.
My part where I start not believing is, dude, there's humans everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody hasn't seen this before?
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Yeah, no, it's. I used to think it's like, well, look at all the swaths of jungle and forest that mankind has never been in, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Have you ever seen a gorilla? Those things are big. Then there's what are they? Orangutans. Those things are also big. And we found them.
Orangutans, dude. Off topic for a second. I heard them things are assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
never
there's
heard
a
that.
couple. They say they're real nice in some instances, but I was watching some videos a while back, and they're on. I don't know. They're like some top meanest animals in Asia or whatever.
Oh.
I guess they jack people up, dude. They get a hold of you, and you know how apes
Yeah.
are, just more
Well, monkeys in general.
monkeys
are
in
assholes.
general. Yeah, I
Like
guess
it-
they just jack you up.
Yeah. In India, I think there's a shrine to them. Oh, and they run rampant.
Really?
They're not. You're not allowed to be mean to the monkeys in this shrine.
Oh,
or
are
this
you
temple
serious?
Or whatever. It's for them. It's for like the monkey god. Or, ooh, sorry if I like.
Man,
did
you might
not,
have insulted somebody right
did
there, dude.
not mean to insult you. Your
Beliefs.
but that's just what I saw in like a documentary, I think. But
Hmm.
these monkeys do whatever
Why
they want.
monkeys, man?
I think they're capuchin monkeys. You know the one from Ace Ventura, at the beginning, the white face, and it's like a little guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it's those. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
been a while since I watched that documentary or whatever it was.
Hmm.
But monkeys in general, are kinda-
Aggressive.
Yeah,
Well,
mean.
and then they can outpower pretty much anybody.
Yeah,
Even the little ones got some power.
yeah. Oh, okay.
All
So
right,
I
back to
was-
this Bigfoot before I rudely interrupted you.
oh, yeah, well, Bigfoot. But yeah, no, we found gorillas.
Yeah, why we found Bigfoot?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Unless unless that colony of giant people are so smart that they can outsmart us and hide
Yeah.
from us.
Then
Not
if they're so
possible.
smart, why don't they have like a civilization like we do?
Yeah.
How come they don't have cities and whatnot?
Well,
What are they
there's
doing?
there's
Living out in
human
the wild?
yeah, there's human beings though. There's like 200 plus documented tribes that just refuse to.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
they
But I
just
don't-
don't want to be integrated into
Yeah.
modern society.
Yeah, we found 200 plus tribes of human beings. What? Okay. And you think we can't find Bigfoot?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is the
Okay.
whole thing don't add up.
Yeah. No. But
There's a Four Corners Bigfoot Society or something. I don't know. This might not be the right name for it, but
Mhm.
I knew a guy that was part of it, man. And they were diehard, and they had all these videos and whatnot, and it's the
Yeah.
same deal though, man. None of it was ever clear.
yeah.
You'd see stuff run by the camera and whatnot, and it's like, all right,
Bigfoot.
yeah, that's Bigfoot right there.
Like no.
He used to tell me, I don't know how. There's different groups. Some people believe some things, some people don't. This guy would tell me there's different ones,
Mm-hmm.
different breeds, and some of them are small, some of them are big. This guy was a real big guy, right? He's just naturally a big guy. He's almost 7 foot tall, whatnot. And he always used to tell me, man, one of these days he's gonna find a little one. He's gonna fight it just to see what happens. And I'm like, man, there's something wrong with you. You know,
Yeah.
dude, you're crazy.
Yeah, no, like chimps. Chimps are way smaller than us. A little chimp would
Yeah,
destroy
will
you.
destroy you.
Yeah, they're way stronger than us. For some
Yeah.
reason, their muscle fibers are way stronger than ours.
That's random too.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be so close to him, but
Mm-hmm.
they're on a different level.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
Planet of the Apes, dude.
yeah.
It's not impossible.
There's I think there's a documentary. I think it's a documentary, but it's about this tribe of chimpanzees in some country, not America. I think it might be South America. Where are chimps from?
Yeah, good point. I don't know where they're at.
Young James, look it up. Almost copyright. Almost copyright.
That's what we need. We need one of them.
But they were following this. You can't even call it like a group of apes. That's what they were. They weren't chimps or apes, or is it the same thing? But you can't even call it a group. You have to call it a colony because there's like 200 of these apes in this colony. Oh.
Eastern, Western, and Central Africa.
So somewhere's in Africa.
Somewhere
They're
in Africa.
following them. And there are like almost 300 apes, I think, or chimps in this tribe. Huge tribe.
That's massive, dude.
That's massive. That's bigger than anything they've ever recorded.
So, what kind of research they got on these? Is there, is there a leader? Or is there what's going on here, dude?
Yeah,
they got to
there's-
have like some kind of form of
I think there's like
organization.
I think there's like like sectors where there's different alpha males or alpha females.
Yeah,
And then there's like, the typical hierarchy within this huge tribe. It's kind of interesting. I need
that's
to look
crazy.
it up and
yeah,
watch it
I'll
again.
have to check that out.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. But man, I lost my train of thought with that. But it's okay. So a lot of scientists think that apes are in the Stone Age because they're using tools all the time, constantly, consistently using tools like we were in the Stone Age.
Yeah,
And they're learning. They're able to learn. And I think if we were to like that group of 200, I think if we were able to, without them knowing, give them food enough to sustain themselves where they don't have to hunt, because they'll eat meat. They're omnivores. They'll eat.
Oh, I didn't
everything.
know that.
Oh yeah,
really?
yeah. Little monkeys, stay away.
That's crazy.
And,
yeah, no joke. Huh?
and so, I think if you were to give them food, they would evolve way faster. Because that's what a lot of people speculate. How we got so smart is we learned how to farm. Like, no, cow, you're
Yeah.
staying with me. I need you in the wintertime. I'm gonna cut your head off and eat you. So I think if we were able to,
So if we taught them
feed
to
if we ta-
essentially farm themselves.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think they would. Because then, our brains are set up to hunt, and once that's
Yeah,
fulfilled,
instinctively.
yeah, once that's fulfilled, we start exploring other ideas and thoughts. Just kind of like what we're doing right now. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, we're gonna have dinner, so who cares about that? I'm not thinking about that.
Yeah, you're not worried about
Yeah,
it.
you're not worried about
But back in
meal.
the day, that's what you were worried
Mhm.
about.
Yeah,
Am I gonna live or am I gonna die today?
yeah,
I gotta go find something to eat.
yeah, exactly. Oh, that brought me back to an idea I was talking about before. This whole monogamy thing. It's biologically backwards to what everything is. Like, why would you just want one thing to reproduce with? Like, that's what we're here for, is to produce as many of us, clone ourselves as many
Yeah,
as
many
many
times
times
as
as
you
we
can.
can. And it's not very productive with one other partner. But it's been bred into our society so much
Yeah.
that it's become a thing where monogamy is a thing. And I'm not over here being a polygamist. Like, I like my
I was
monogamy.
gonna say, no, yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, no, I like monogamy, but it's just kind of weird that we would do that as a species, stop ourselves. from doing
Yeah.
that. That's kind of weird.
But it's also got some positives.
Mhm.
If you had 10 partners and 50 kids, we got enough population problems as it is.
Oh yeah,
Can
now
you imagine
we're way
if
overpopulated.
everybody had 10 other halves
Mhm.
and 100 kids?
Yeah, smart people are speculating that we can only sustain 300 million to 500 million people, and we're at,
We're at how many?
what was it,
We're way
7
over
billion
that.
or something like
Yeah,
that?
we
That's
surpassed that a long time ago.
insane. Yeah, no, that's crazy.
This,
Yeah. Stop with the hanky panky.
yeah, cut you off.
Yeah.
What, Infinity Wars,
Mm.
what's it called? Avengers.
Avengers.
He said. What's that newest one, man, where they wipe out half the population because it can't sustain itself?
Yeah,
Maybe they were onto something.
Thanos. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like to see Thanos to the universe.
Yeah.
Well, he saw a problem, and then he came to a very evil solution. But I think the only solutions to
I was
this
gonna
problem
say,
are
no-
going to be evil.
Yeah. It's bad no matter what
Yeah. I mean,
the outcome you have.
yeah, you can't make everybody stop having babies because then the species would die.
Yeah.
The species would go away. So then here's a real tricky question: who gets to reproduce?
Yeah. Who do you pick?
Ooh,
And
then
who
it
do you
gets
cut off?
real tricky.
People
real
in
racist.
their rights and whatnot.
Yeah. It's like who's to say who's better than who? You know.
Yeah.
But it's like
And how do you
Some-
convince everybody to do
Yeah.
that? I mean, we're talking about anarchy over here,
Mhm.
dude. People are gonna start going wild.
yeah, it's. Here's the thing: if we don't stop pumping babies out, we're gonna be out of food by what they speculate 2040.
Yeah, it was 2040. I was thinking 2050.
Might be
Somewhere in that time
2050.
frame.
Yeah,
Either way,
we're gonna be out of
pretty
food.
close.
Yeah, I don't know. Scientists have been wrong before. They said I wouldn't be able to drive because we'd be out of gas. Now look at us.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know.
You never know. Well, it's
Plus-
just like them. This is gonna sound bad. I don't want to make no scientists mad, but
Yeah,
there's a lot of people that they say they're scientists and they're just some crazy people.
Bill Nye.
People that good
Bill
point.
Nye, the not so science guy.
I used to, man, live and breathe by that guy when you're a kid. You know, you watch the movies in high school and you think that guy's so cool. You're like, man, this guy's a scientist.
Yeah.
He's a smart. I want to be like him. Come to find out that guy's a quack. But
Yeah.
people saying like the world's gonna end and they're
Mhm.
scientists, you know, and they've proven this theories and this and that, and it's like, wait a minute. The world's gonna end 12 times by now.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah. When I was in boot camp, whenever the world was supposed to end in 2012,
Yeah,
and I woke up the next day and I was like, shit.
that's when you were hoping it was gonna
Yeah.
go away.
I was like, man, well, or maybe it was like a different ending. And I was like, well, I don't hear any bombs being dropped, so it's not war. I'm like, all right, well, phony baloney.
Yeah,
Why would you believe? Okay, so the whole reason why it was 2012 is the Mayan calendar is
yeah.
ending. Mayans. What were they famous for? Oh, that's right, killing themselves
yeah.
and eating the. Let's not believe.
Sacrifice.
Yeah, let's not believe the society that was totally okay with allowing themselves to be sacrificed to the sun god.
Yeah,
Okay.
that is a crazy group of people. When you
Mhm.
really look into them.
Oh,
gosh,
yeah.
dang, they were into some weird
Mhm.
things.
I was listening to a history podcast by Daniele Bolelli, History on Fire.
Did you say that right?
Yeah, Daniele Bolelli. His accent's super thick, but I mean, if you listen to it for a while,
Yeah.
you'll get it. But man, whoa, those people were insane.
They're nuts, man.
They're it's weird that they wouldn't eat themselves. And they'd only eat other tribes. That's kind of
Well, what do you
weird.
mean?
They wouldn't kill themselves and eat themselves. I mean, they would kill themselves like, oh, okay, we need a sacrifice today. They're like, all right, we need 9 virgins. I don't know what they did. But like,
Yeah.
okay, I'll gladly give my life to the
Yeah.
sun god or whatever.
The craziest part was when, like you're saying, dude, you walk in front of a crowd of people, you know, you're a little group.
Mhm.
All right, 9 people got to die today, and these people are jumping. They're like, oh, me next, me
Yeah,
next, me next.
yeah.
Imagine doing that today. These people are gonna be like, dude,
Oh,
screw you,
yeah,
dude.
no.
You go pound sand, man. I ain't
Mhm.
doing nothing.
I saw a quote, and I can't remember it, and I'm about to butcher it, and I'm going to apologize, because if somebody knows it, please correct me. But it's, religions today are funny mythologies to the next generation, or something like that. And it's talking about how Jesus was crucified because he was going against Zeus and all of them at that time.
Yeah.
And it's like, now we look at Zeus and Jupiter, or the Romans didn't believe in Zeus; they believed in Jupiter.
Yeah.
I mean, the same gods, but the different names. But like then, it was like that is reality. There is a god. His name is Jupiter. There is a god. His name is Mercury. You know, all these different gods.
And now it's a big joke.
Yeah, now it's like,
Cartoons.
oh, yeah, cartoons. Like, oh, you know, speaking of
Is there?
history and weird religions, I'm looking at a Viking book right here. Norse religion is even weirder than Roman and Greek ancient religions.
Yeah.
with Thor and Odin and Woden, or Woden and Odin are the
Odin.
same, I think.
Yeah, it's the same, isn't it?
Something like
I
that.
don't know.
Yeah.
Is there, or do you know of any groups that still believe this? You know what I mean?
don't know. Yeah.
They might still be out there. They might still
Yeah.
be believing in Zeus.
Could be.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Never looked into it.
I don't know.
It's kind of like you see them in cartoons and whatnot now, so it's a joke almost.
Yeah.
But they lived and died by it back then.
But how I think religion came into being, and a lot of people think this as well, is they just needed something to explain what was going on. Like, there's literally a thunder god. Like, obviously, it's a god of thunder and lightning and whatever. Like, oh, Thor's just a little angry today because, oh, now we have to explain why he's angry.
Yeah. So that's how they justified what was going on in the world.
Yeah, and
Makes sense.
yeah, and as a species, we like to have alpha males, and we like to have a daddy. What's more daddy than a god?
Then a god.
That can sling molten whatever lightning is. Like, there ain't nothing
There's
more
nothing
alpha
higher
than
than
that.
that.
And so, yeah, and then they end up praising, some mythological being. I think that's really an interesting thing.
That is interesting.
Yeah, and it's weird how people like go so crazy about it.
Oh, they get into it.
Yeah, and what we know about our world today, and man, they are digging their boots in the ground even harder now than what they did. They're just as fanatical now as they were 100, 150, 200 years ago, you know.
Oh yeah, easily.
And new religions are popping up, and it's pretty much a cults, Mormonism, Scientology.
We're gonna piss some people off with that one.
Ooh, don't care.
Scientology is
Yeah.
a crazy deal,
Yeah.
dude. And there's a lot of people that are in Scientology, well, ex-Scientology now, and they'll
Yeah.
tell you the same thing.
Mm-hmm. What's just a giant cult?
Exactly what it is.
Yeah. My thing, though, believe whatever you want to believe. Don't force it on
push
me.
it on someone else, exactly.
And don't infringe on somebody else's rights.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, do whatever you want to
Yeah.
do, man. I think some of these cults, man, aren't... We call it a cult, and people think of cults, and it's automatically a bad thing.
Yeah.
Some of these cults could be a positive thing, man.
Yeah. Well,
It
look
don't
at
have to be a negative. We're looking at, like, Jonestown, where they drink the Kool-Aid kind
Yeah.
of cult. There's
Yeah.
there's other
there's other
considered cults,
Yeah.
groups that
Yeah.
are positives.
like that show on Netflix, that Wild Wild Country. That was considered a cult. I didn't see anything wrong with what they're doing. I think it was a little weird with the whole same
Yeah.
color, and they like to have giant orgies. I mean, what's wrong with that if you're into that?
If that's what your deal is and that's
Yeah.
what you want to do, go for it, man.
Yeah, if that's your thing, that's fine. But
Yeah.
I'm going to ruin this for you. But they only took up arms after they were threatened
Yeah.
by another religion.
Even then, man, I don't think that they would have. It was that they had one little wannabe leader, and she was kind of taking over. And if it wasn't for her, dude, they would have probably still been there today. Who knows?
Yeah, I think it was more of a kind of like peacocking. Like, yeah, we have guns, don't mess with us.
Yeah,
Like,
just
but
escalated too far.
Yeah, and I don't think they're ever going to use the guns. I think they was just like, leave us
Just a show.
alone. We'll leave you alone.
Yeah.
We're peaceful people. Like,
yeah.
we're whatever religion they are, you know.
What were they following?
I don't know
I
if
mean, they
it's
were following the guy,
the
Bhagwan.
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 Well, Bhagwan is actually Hindu or something for
It is Hindu. What
for God.
what were they calling him?
His name was Rajneesh Shri or Shri
okay, I got my things mixed
Rajneesh.
up over here.
Yeah. I don't know what they were. I don't know if they're Buddhist or Hindu or what.
It had to have been a combination of something. I mean, they were following one thing. Obviously, they were following this guy, but and his views and ideas. But he had to have been basing his stuff off of something.
Yeah. I mean, as long as you're not like Jonestowning
Yeah, exactly.
or Wacoing people, what's the issue? Like, they're a little weird. Who cares, man?
Yeah.
They're not
People think we're
forcing you
weird.
into
We
it.
think they're weird.
Yeah. They think your way of life is just as weird as you think their way of life is
Yeah.
different. Like, you need to learn to live with other people being
Yeah.
different than
Well,
you.
people think if you're not just like them, then you're a
Yeah.
bad person.
Oh,
No.
xenophobia. Yeah.
Was that what's called?
Hmm.
That's
That's
nice.
actually interesting because I think there's no scientific research behind this, but I think xenophobia is bred from uh, Homo sapiens running into Neanderthals and Cro-Magnons. Is Cro-Magnon? Yeah, it's Cro-Magnon. Either that's a condom or an ancient people, but running into them.
It's like a
Yeah,
far gap there in
yeah.
between. One or the two.
But I think that xenophobia comes from running into them and not wanting them to be in their tribe
Okay, yeah, all right, that makes sense.
because they don't. Everybody is here to reproduce, and what's scarier than not being able to reproduce is having another outside source coming into your tribe and messing with your function of
Yeah,
reproducing.
your beliefs and
Yeah.
your. It's got a technical name. I
Yeah,
don't
because all we are just genes passing on from being to being to being.
know.
We're just
Yeah,
one. Your genes are immortal, and when you mix with the different, like Homo sapiens mixed with Neanderthals, their genes are now mixed forever, and they can't get them back, and that's scary to people. Me, I don't care.
yeah.
Whatever goes, I don't.
Whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, I'm what 90% Neanderthal. I did the 23andMe, and
That's right.
I'm there's like 397 variables of Neanderthal DNA or something like that, and I have like 307.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm pretty. You can call me caveman.
Is that what you're going for the look there?
Yeah.
He's not trying to be hippie. He's trying to be caveman.
Wait, that's an 8.
Yeah, you got your people mixed up.
Yeah, whatever. They're all.
It's along the same lines. We're all on the same page here.
But speaking of passing on your genealogy, Vikings were very open to adoption.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Mm-hmm. They would they'd go to places, pick people up, like, oh, okay, I like this little person. I'm gonna raise this person as my own. They weren't so hung up on our ideas that we have in our society, like monogamy,
Yeah.
heterosexuality. They didn't care as long as you passed on your gene, but they also didn't care that much about passing on your genealogy. So whatever, you pick up a person here and there whenever you're raiding and trading along the coasts. Well, that was a big
Yeah, people don't fully
misconception.
grasp Vikings, man. There's only a small period where they were going wild.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, man, they were just, what,
Yeah,
farmers?
Farmers. Why?
Yeah.
Why would they go and they're not good at fighting? They're the only reason why everyone thought they were good at fighting is because boom, out of nowhere, surprise attack,
Yeah.
swords are and that's how they're able to be such fierce warriors. Or whatever.
Yeah.
That and they would take psilocybic mushrooms.
Whoa, I never knew
Mhm.
that.
Yeah, they'd mix it in. They'd turn it into like an alcoholic psilocybic. I don't know if alcohol was involved, but they'd make it into like a drink it, and then it'd go berserk.
Whoa.
Berserk is one of their terms for like bear killer or something like that. Berserkers would drink this concoction of mushrooms and whatever, and they'd have bear pelts. They were supposed to be like fierce warriors.
Yeah,
and
it's just because
whatnot.
they were out of their
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah, they're gone crazy. That's interesting. Psilocybic mushrooms.
That's a serious topic.
Yes, it is. It's weird how you can grow nightshade. I don't know if you can buy nightshade, but you can grow nightshade and put it into a tea and give it to somebody, or put it into a soup and give it to somebody, and then they die. Nightshade is poisonous, super poisonous, and you can grow it.
You can grow it.
But you cannot grow psilocybin.
I was going to say, but I can't grow any other ones.
You can't. You can't get out of your mind. You have to stay in your sober mind because.
But I
our
can kill
Western-
you.
Yeah, but you can kill me with
I gotta write
nightshade.
this down in my needs in the future.
Can't. It's kind of crazy how one people can tell you what to do. It's like if you really think about it, sit down and think about it. Somebody you've never met, somebody who's probably never been to your town, never even been to your state. Well, I mean, government probably has been to your state, but somebody you've never met is going to tell you what you can and can't do.
Yeah.
And I heard somebody talking about this. When was the last time you voted for the rights in the Constitution? Like, they voted it 200 plus years ago. Did you vote on those rights? I didn't vote for
That's a
those
good
rights.
point. Yeah.
Like, okay, I get it. The Constitution's amazing. I love the Constitution. But some of those things, like, did you vote for that? Like, when did we have a sit down? Everybody.
Sorry about that.
When did we sit down and like agree to these rights?
Yeah. Can
Like,
you imagine now though?
Yeah.
If we people can't sit down and talk anymore, dude. They're
No.
just so. You're an
Violent.
idiot because
Yeah.
you don't have my ideas. I'm an
Yeah.
idiot because I don't have your. No.
Yeah.
That's not how this works.
Yeah.
We're gonna sit here and we're gonna come to a conclusion, but people
Mhm.
can't come to a conclusion
Mm-hmm.
because they're right and you're wrong.
Yeah. Exactly. It's the shutout thing.
Yeah.
But some of these rights that, like, it's a plant, man. Get over it.
Yeah.
If you're so Christian, let me eat this plant. Let me smoke this plant. It's what God created. He said everything. I read the Bible cover to cover. It says nowhere that you can't take psilocybin mushrooms. You can't smoke marijuana.
Yeah.
You can't eat poppy seeds.
It's the devil's
or
lettuce, dude. What are you
or-
talking about?
Whatever, coca leaves, cocaine.
Yeah, coca
You
leaves.
can't eat coca leaves or
Nah.
you can't do any of that. It doesn't say that. It does not say that. But
Coca leaves are a crazy thing, man. You know, people where those grow, they just pop them in their mouth like
Mhm.
tobacco.
yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
That is wild.
I don't think I ever want to try that, but
No,
They
I
say
don't
it's
think
way
I would.
different.
Hey,
I think it has different. I don't want to say elements, but like it's a different. Like if you smoke weed, it's like almost a different drug than when you eat it.
yeah,
kinda
exactly.
like
Two
that.
different things. Yeah. And there's also other
Properties,
things
different
added to it
properties.
too to get like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What we know in America as
Yeah.
coke.
Yeah, cocaine is not
Is
coca.
not. Yeah,
It's
exactly.
so processed that it's
There's
not
so
even the
many
same
other things
thing
going
anymore.
on.
Yeah.
There's another similar thing they got going on in Somalia. What's it called? Something cat.
It's like KHAT or
Yeah,
cot or something.
cot,
I don't know, I
cat.
think
I don't know how to
Khajiit.
say it, but it's the same thing. They
Yeah.
pop in their lips and then
Mhm.
they, or whatever, like chewing tobacco, and
Mhm.
it gives them that feeling, you know?
Yeah, I heard it's the worst tasting thing ever, though.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know that you can get like almost immune to it. So these
Mhm,
guys that do it
mhm.
forever, you know what I mean? They gotta, in the beginning, you know, put it in your mouth like a dip, right? You
Mhm.
feeling good. Well, then after so long, you gotta pack some more in there and pack some more in there just to get the feeling. And these guys are eventually chewing on big old bags of this stuff,
Yeah.
trying to get the feeling.
Yeah. No, that's crazy that you would. It's crazy the things that we do knowing that it's bad.
Like, it's nuts.
Like, who goes into it? That doesn't sound. Meth doesn't sound that bad. Let's try it.
Yeah,
Like,
you
what?
know,
Yeah.
know it's bad, dude.
Yeah. What are you doing? Or like cigarettes or dipping.
Yeah,
Tobacco.
nicotine.
Nicotine.
Yeah.
Nicotine in general is like, why?
Yeah,
Like, it's not like it hasn't been around. Like, you don't. It's not like you didn't see generations before dying
Yeah.
from smoking and dipping. I had friends who would be smoking and dipping at the same time. They'd go through a pack and
intense.
a can a day. A day.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that isn't cheap.
Well, and then you start getting dependent on it, man.
Yeah.
And then when you're stressed or whatever it is, you just do more and more and
Mhm.
more, and it's like, gosh, dang,
Yeah.
man, what are you doing? You know, especially when you see people back
Yeah.
to back to back like a cigarette,
Yeah.
one and another. It's like, dude, you just smoked 5 cigarettes in
Yep.
10 minutes. What are you doing?
I had a conversation once, and I am not exaggerating in the least. Not exaggerating. 5-minute conversation. This dude smoked 3 cigarettes.
That's
Very
right. I'll,
forward.
I'll do you one better, man. I got an aunt. She's real scared of heights, right? And we were somewhere out in the mountains or whatever. And we drove up this hill, and when we come back, you know, you could see the like dropping off the cliff, right? And nope. She's walking down. I'm not driving down this thing. There's no freaking way, you know. So she's walking. It's not a very far distance. So she's walking, and she gets to the bottom of this hill, dude. And she's got 2 cigarettes at one time between her fingers, and she's smoking 2 cigarettes at one time, dude.
That's great.
Yeah, dude, talk about the sight, man. I was just like, what? Something you
Yeah.
see you think you'd see in a movie, you know, and it's like happening right in front of me.
Yeah. You think somebody who smokes like that, she would have a voice like this.
Yeah.
I need a cigarette.
It's like, I refer to movies, man. That Bernard or Bernice off of Dodgeball.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it reminds me of. It's like she smoked, a whole 40 packs before she got on the air.
Yeah. That you ever heard of just slipped my mind. It's a redip. A redip.
No,
You never heard of a redip?
no.
It's where you dip. You put
Spit
a
it
dip
back in
your
the can.
You put it back in the can.
Yeah,
You shake it up.
I've heard of people they call
Yeah.
it recycling. I've never heard it called redip, but yeah,
Yeah, that's disgusting. I
that's
saw
way
it a lot
disgusting.
whenever I was going to Spain, and there was no way to get any dip,
You got no choice.
and I got no choice. And it's like, well, where's the
Doesn't
point?
it wear off though? I mean, what's the?
I guess so, but
Would
they're
seem
so
weird to me.
addicted. It's like, man,
It's
see.
more so like cigarettes, man. They say once
Mhm.
you can kick the nicotine or whatever, but it's the habit.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
You need something.
You want
to
something.
mess
You got
with your
that same
mouth.
thing where your hands are going to your
Yeah.
mouth. Same thing
Mhm.
with like something in your lip. It's got to be similar.
I dipped for a very short amount of time, but enough to get that habit down.
Yeah,
And I would always be,
yeah.
moving
stuff around.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, this is glad I kicked that habit.
Yeah,
But
that's
it's
a
like-
bad habit, man. I don't know.
It's the most unrewarding thing. Like at the beginning, yeah, you smoke a cigarette, you get that head rush. You put a dip in, you get the head rush.
Then it goes away.
Then it goes away,
Stops.
and then boom, you're addicted.
Yeah, it's
And
too
now
late
you're
at that point.
Yeah, you're spending so much money. I had a buddy who do a can and a half, 2 cans a day.
That's insane.
He went from straight cut or long cut or whatever it was to the pouches because I guess it was easier to keep them and then re-dip them.
Yeah,
But he'd have
I
he'd
just
have
can't. Dude, there's no way, man.
You'd
You gotta
have-
spit that thing out and put it back.
2 here, and 2 here.
So you got 6 in your mouth at one time.
Yeah,
That's intense.
here's the craziest thing. Here's the
You
craziest
imagine
thing.
walking around with your cheeks all puffed out too. You know.
Well, that re-dip thing, I just remembered. I was in ITB and I was out of dip, and I did not like spearmint at this time. I have a bad relationship with mojitos, spearmint mojitos. Not a big fan of spearmint, and I ran out of dip, and that's all anybody ever liked to dip was spearmint.
Spearmint.
And I was jonesing for a dip so bad that I was like, I don't care if it makes me sick. I want some nicotine in my system.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And it didn't even give me a rush. It was just nicotine in my body.
Yeah. Calm you down.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I can understand with alcohol. It is literally an altered state of mind. But with nicotine, it's like, no.
Yeah.
There's-
It doesn't do anything.
mm-mm.
It's crazy.
That's insane how.
But back to, it's crazy for me and you. But back to what we were saying, if that's what you want to do, man, that's your decision. You know.
Oh,
It just seems crazy
yeah.
that you would do that.
I guess the flavor. I liked the flavor. That was one reason why I kept dipping. was
going, yeah.
the flavor. I know guys that said they'll never quit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's people
Yeah.
like that all over.
Yeah, he's like, oh, this. Sorry, man, I don't remember your name. He's a sailor. He'll come to me later, but he's like, I'll never quit. I love this way too much.
Yeah.
Man, what was his name? He got in trouble for something I can't talk about on air, but it's quite funny.
We'll be talking about this later, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry for you. So did you finally? People decide to quit dipping. Most of them either have a real bad experience or they have you know what I mean, they're pretty much told, hey, dude, it's gonna kill you.
I had a bad experience twice.
Yeah, as I say, I had the same problem.
Yeah, it was cold turkey. I was at a pool function at the local recruiting office and put a dip in, and I was like, oh, I don't feel good. Walked outside, puked. Looked at a pulley, was like, you want a can of dip? He's like, yeah. Threw him a can of dip. I was like, didn't dip.
Done.
Done. And then I didn't dip for a couple years, and then I was in Japan, and I was so bored. I was like, man, can I get a dip? Give me a dip. Got sick. Nope. I was in the field, so it's not like I could go to the bathroom or anything like that. I was puking
Yeah.
in the bush. I'm like, no,
Screw this kind of a deal.
never again. It's not.
It's not a good time.
It doesn't taste that good, anyways. Like I
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah, once you get off of it, going
Yeah.
back to it.
Yeah.
See, a lot of it's just that habit. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
See people that had some friends and they used to have suckers. They would go buy those big, huge suckers, you know,
Mm-hmm.
that last forever,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how they kick the habit. They would just have a sucker in their mouth 24/7, and they would, you know, I would always see them pull. They'd put the sucker in there, Then they pull it out. And they
Mhm.
put it out. And I'm like, what are you doing, man? Are you,
Yeah.
It's a sucker. Come on, eat the thing, you know? And that's what they were doing. It was the habit. They
Yeah.
were so used to the habit. But that's how they got it to go away.
Yeah. I had a problem with alcohol, and I was quitting. And a really bad part would be I'd be driving by a gas station, and I would kind of like pull into the gas station, not thinking, and be getting out. I'm like, why the heck am I going into this gas
Yeah,
station?
you're just so used to going there and getting
Yeah.
alcohol.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, well, that's obviously a part of the problem is the habit,
Yeah.
the habit portion. But I've never been good at quitting anything cold turkey. But one of my buddies, Snow, he was really bad addicted to dip, and one day he's just done, quit.
Screw this, huh?
Yeah, just didn't dip.
That's nuts.
Yeah, I think he had one puff of a cigarette during a really shitty range. Like it was miserable. He had one puff and he was like, I feel so bad about that.
Yeah.
But he did it cold
Stewing
turkey,
on it.
man. Yeah, I was like, whoa.
A lot of people can't do that.
I don't know how.
People that do it, though, man, they're
Yeah.
strong-minded.
My stepdad quit cigarettes cold turkey. Just one day he's like, this is dumb.
Yeah.
And stopped. And then
It's crazy what clicks in your mind, too. You go from one day I'm smoking a pack a day, and the next day, what am I doing?
yeah,
This is stupid.
yeah,
It's
it's
crazy.
kind of weird.
It is.
Like kind of how it was with the gym for me. Never worked out ever. Never worked out. It was kind of an ongoing joke. Oh, Jeffers, you lost whenever you have to walk through the gym. You know, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
You get, your land nav skills suck. And then one day I woke up and I was like, oh, okay. So
Go to the
What?
gym.
went down to the GNC or whatever it was, bought a bunch of supplements, started going to the gym hardcore, and eventually, I was going 2-a-days. I was
That's how
all
serious
about the
it
gym.
got, huh?
Yeah, you can't really tell, because I had bad eating habits. I didn't eat
It's
as much.
crazy.
As,
The eating, dude, is huge.
Huge.
People think, oh, I'm just going to outwork it.
no,
No, you ain't outworking it,
Mm-mm.
dude. I don't care what anybody says.
And that's almost counterproductive if you outwork what you're intaking by
That's true, too,
by a huge
yeah.
margin. I mean, that's how you lose weight. Is you work the calories out more so than what you're intaking,
Yeah.
and then you start losing the weight.
Some people do some crazy things, though, man.
Mhm.
I've seen a thing on Michael Phelps and what that guy eats in a day.
Oh, yeah,
dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's one guy that he ain't on a diet, dude. That guy's
No,
over there
no.
eating whole pizzas and stuff by
Yeah.
himself.
Yeah.
Then he goes for a swim. And
Yeah.
you've seen the guy? It's not like he's fat.
No, that dude.
He's top athlete, man.
Yeah. He tied for the world record of most gold medals at the Olympics.
Oh, I thought he was number one. I didn't realize he tied.
I think he is number one because history is so funny in how it is recorded. Like a lot of history that you think is fact was 3-4 generations down the line of people copying people.
Yeah.
Like it's not the first person. Nothing in history is first person.
Yeah.
It's all like third, fourth party writing.
Telling
from-
the story.
Yeah. Oh, John Smith, badass. But he isn't writing it. It's
Yeah. You know how stories are, dude.
Kevin Kyle, and then David Spade, and then they're reading from what they wrote, and then they write what they read,
Yeah.
and then somebody reads theirs
And
and
rewrites
writes,
it.
and then it's just this
You
long
gotta put
chain.
your own spin on it, too,
Yeah.
man. You make it yours.
And so Leonidas, the one from the Battle of Thermopylae,
Yeah. Spartans.
yeah, he Lacedaemonians. I think they might have been Spartans at that time, but they're originally called Lacedaemonians.
Yeah.
But he held the record. But like I was just saying, you don't really know.
You don't know.
That's so old.
Yeah.
That's so old. So that's why I think Michael Phelps is the
He's
record
the
holder. That dude.
That dude was he was domination right
yeah.
for a while there,
Yeah.
dude. He was just rolling everybody.
Yeah. Did you see his commercial? It's a suicide prevention commercial.
Oh no, I haven't seen this.
Oh, yeah. The world supposedly the second or co-winner of the most whatever. We were just saying the world's top athlete in history is or was depressed. It's like that's kind of crazy how depression
is
can
wild.
snag you up like that. Like this dude's on top of the world. Like everybody knows you as the most badass swimmer of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depression don't discriminate.
No, it doesn't. But that brings me to the topic of video games. People are saying that these video games might be the result of, or might result in people becoming violent or depressed, or, suicidal, whatnot.
Yeah.
And my thing at that is, how many cases of these kids or people are getting PTSD from playing a game versus going to war?
Yeah.
Or seeing something crazy in their neighborhood where somebody's shot and killed, or, okay, let's look at those stats. Shut the hell up
They don't
about
have
people
stats,
becoming
dude.
violent
Don't
over video
exist.
games. Yeah, like I can see from normalizing violence, I can get that, but video games weren't around as long as movies have been. And you look at old movies. When was the first video game? I don't think it came out before Casino with was it Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci?
There was video games before that.
I'm sure there was.
There
Yeah.
just weren't
Or was that in the 90s?
detailed. They say
Yeah.
Casinos in the late 80s, early
Yeah.
90s.
Okay, so the video games that were there weren't violent. It was
Yeah,
it was like
exactly.
Pong. Like,
Yeah.
okay, that's not violent. That
Well,
movie
could be,
is
dude.
insanely violent. Yeah. Yeah. That movie's insanely violent. You don't want to tell me that.
That's a good movie, by the way.
Yeah. What I think it is I think it's a mixture between social media and pharmaceutical drugs. Big pharma. Now I'm starting to sound like Alex Jones. But in 1995. Damn,
1995,
I'm
yeah.
good. I thought I was in the 70s, but then I said 95. But even no, there was violent video games in 95. But still, there's way violent movies before that.
What? Oh, I guess like Mortal Kombat kind of stuff,
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it was
it's
in the
true.
90s.
Yeah, it was in the 90s for sure.
Yeah, but even then, how many people could afford to play those games?
Yeah, that's true.
But they're saying that that's the result of violence. No, you're just being ignorant.
Yeah.
It's these drugs. I knew a person who was taking these drugs that were pretty much heroin, and she was saying that, like, when you're on these drugs, you just don't care. You literally
Yeah.
do not care. You don't care about your grades. You don't care about nothing. You don't care about
That's insane,
any
dude. Why
s-
would you want to?
yeah.
It's
Now,
not your deal to feel like that, but if you do feel like that, what stupid crap are you gonna do?
yeah, exactly.
You don't care.
And that mixed with social media, like,
It's fueling the fire.
yeah, back in the day, you go home from being bullied, and hopefully you have a good home life, but then that's the result of bullies. is
Yeah.
bad home
bad
life.
Home life.
Bad school life, bad home life equals bully. But you go home and you get away from being peer pressure, being bullied. You get this decompression time. Now it's 24/7. If you're awake, boom, you're getting pressure. You're
Yeah.
getting bullied. It's so easy to bully people now.
It is.
Tweet or what? Yeah, tweet. Boop. You're an idiot. Blah
It
blah.
is,
you
yeah,
know.
social-
You're like, oh
What do
man,
they call
that
it?
sucks.
Cyberbullying.
Yeah, cyberbullying. And I think that mixed with the big pharma, these drugs are like, man, I don't care about nothing. And you're like,
Yeah.
all I'm seeing is I'm getting bullied and
Yeah.
nobody
Screw
likes
little
me.
Jimmy. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go shoot him.
Yeah, and then boom.
Crazy stuff happens, dude.
I'm
I don't
sure
know,
it's
man.
not that cut and dry, but I think
No,
that's
yeah.
a huge factor. Has to be.
Oh yeah. This whole bullying thing, dude,
Mhm.
drives me nuts, man. Now
Yeah.
it's so out of control. You can't get a handle on it. But back in the day, dude, it's gonna sound bad and it's gonna piss some people off,
Mhm.
but you had a school bully, man. You just took him out back and you knocked him around a little bit. You finally stood up for yourself, and guess
Yeah.
what? You didn't have a bully no more.
Yeah.
But today, you can't do that, man,
No.
and it drives me freaking nuts.
Well, all through my school, I was bullied, and in elementary school and middle school, I'd fight back, and I'd always get in trouble, and they'd always
Well,
take
that's
the side
another
of the bully.
thing. Yeah, then you get in trouble, man. You always tell these kids, man, just stand up to that
Yeah.
guy, and he'll leave you alone, you
Yeah.
know. And then you finally do stand up, and then guess who's in trouble? You're in trouble. It's
Yeah.
like, dude, first of all, whoever's the parents and whoever's in charge of the school, man, you need your ass kicked too. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? What are you doing?
When I was in elementary school, everyone knew my name. I was a first name basis with
Popular
all
guy.
the teacher. Not because I was fun popular, because I was infamous. I would get in fights every week. Every week I'd get in a fight. And it was because somebody would do something wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't even be involved in the situation. I'd see somebody bullying somebody, I'd step up, punch them in the face. I'd get in
Yeah.
trouble because it's like, whoa, what were you doing there? Why can't little Jimmy stand up for himself.
Yeah.
Like, well, he's not going to because it's little Jimmy. Obviously, he's getting picked on. Like, you know.
Yeah.
So I'd get in trouble all the time. And then a teacher, I think I was in middle school at this time. She was like, you know, you don't have to fight him. Just tell a teacher.
They don't do nothing
and
though.
And this is the crazy part. I was like, you know what? I'm tired of going to ISS. F that. You know, I'm tired of this.
Yeah.
I went and told the teacher, and the teacher literally looked me in the face and said, nobody likes tattletales.
Whoa.
I was like,
I was gonna say that's even worse than I was thinking. They were gonna say, you know, I didn't see it, so it didn't
Yeah.
happen. You know, because they do that same thing.
yeah,
You know what I mean? No one likes a tattletale.
no one
dude.
likes the tattletale. I'm like, lady, I was just told to tell a teacher when this stuff happens.
That's
No one likes a
insane.
tattletale. I wish I could remember which teacher it was, because I'd throw you underneath the bus right now. You need to lose your job.
Yeah.
If that's a kid is literally.
Well, they're all like that now,
Yeah,
dude. It's
yeah.
insane.
A kid is literally coming to you for help from a bully, and you throw him to the side. Now, if a bully was picking on you and you stood up for yourself, you got your ass kicked, but you stood up for yourself and no one got in trouble, then that'd be fine.
Yeah.
Because then, well, now, unless the bully's an asshole, then, you know, that bully's probably, you know what? Good for you, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that was, you know.
99% of the time, it stops the problem.
Yeah. But now, you stand up for yourself, you get in trouble. It's
Yep.
like, now.
And they get away with it.
Yeah.
Now you're more mad, you know what I mean? And now you're worse off than you were.
Yeah. And my senior year, I had this giant douchebag trying to fight me all the time for no reason. He's like, I heard you were talking shit. I'm like, I don't talk to anybody. The only person I talk to lives in Utah. Like, I don't know who you think I'm retarded. I'm not retarded. And he's always trying to fight me, And I'm like, I would fight you if I had a reason.
Yeah, there's no reason.
There's no reason for me to fight you. And anyhow, if I do fight you, I'm going to get in trouble, either with the school or with the police.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. And in the Marine Corps, they say drop blouse. And you'd never do it with a higher ranking person, like a gunny or anything like that, but you want to. But it's a way of saying, like, I don't care what rank I am or what rank you are. Like, I have a problem with you. Let's go toe-to-toe.
Yeah.
And
Solve this issue.
Yeah, and it was kind of nice, but, I mean, that hardly ever happened. But that would be nice if, you know, you could do that in school. Stand up for yourself. There'd be a lot less.
Not a lot of issues.
Yeah. And that's another thing is you're going through a huge step in your life is dealing with those hormones.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's a very...
You don't know what to do.
Yeah, your body's changing all sorts of crazy ways. And so it's kind of understandable that there's bullies. Like, there's jocks that are, like, so pumped full of testosterone for being around other dudes with testosterone and doing manly shit that they're obviously going to be bullies. Not always, but, you know, they're going to be alphas, and there's always going to be betas. But I don't know where I was going with that, but...
You just wanted to talk about athletes.
Yeah, athletes. I was never an athlete. No, not a big sports guy myself. I kind of want to get into sports just so we could have something to talk about on these. Like soccer. Never been into soccer. Never. Doesn't interest me.
You ever played soccer?
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of playing soccer.
Not like real soccer, but
yeah,
like
I played some
messing around.
competitive soccer one time with a group of guys that said, yeah, let's play, you know? And I was like, all right, sure, let's go give this a whirl. I didn't realize they were trying to be professionals, dude. I never ran so much in my life. And I didn't even get to touch the ball one time.
And
I ran freaking 20 miles in a matter of, you know, that short period of time, dude, and I never touched the ball.
Yeah, that's exactly how basketball is, too.
That's true, yeah, back and forth, back and forth.
back and forth, back and forth. Yeah.
You got to be in a ball hog in basketball.
Yeah.
Without you're never going to play.
Yeah. And it's kind of easy to succeed by yourself in basketball if you're really, really good, because there's so few people that play on your team. There's five members. Small forward, power forward, I think, center.
What is there, 5 guys out there?
Mm-hmm. Oh, man, I can't remember. I
don't
love
remember what they
basketball.
are.
I love basketball, but I never watched. I don't want to take the time out of my day. I'm more interested in like social studies and like history and such.
Nerd.
Big nerd. But yeah, that'd be kind of fun. Oh, hold on, give me Give me 1 second.
We got some technical difficulties in the background. Got a humming over here. Problem solved. Problem solved. Yeah, the only real sports I get too serious about is college football, man.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever want to get excited, dude, I mean, for me anyways, college football.
I have a lot of family that's way into college football.
I'm not really into the whole NFL thing.
Yeah.
Just not my thing. Part of it, I think, is, and people can call me a liar, but I think it's more exciting, dude, because I feel in my mind, hey, that guy knows, hey, in order to get to the
Mhm.
NFL, I got to go 100%. Then you get to the NFL, and you're like, I'm already here. What the hell?
That's what my family explained to me because I was like, how can you like college football?
Oh, dude,
not
it's
even
so
the
exciting,
premier.
dude.
Yeah, and then once you watch it, you're like, oh, these guys are like, this is life and death for these guys.
Yeah, it
Like,
is, dude.
If they don't put out like a 50-cent hooker, they're not
They-
going to achieve their dream.
Exactly, yeah. And some of the most exciting ones are the ones that actually are not successful,
Mhm.
you know what I mean, in the NFL because they do wild things. So you look at like Johnny Manziel, he's a quarterback, right? And dude, those were the most exciting games to watch. He was wild, dude. He would run the ball, you know, he'd do crazy things. But him in the NFL, he's just gonna get pummeled and hurt, you know what I mean? Because the other athletes are just too good.
Yeah.
But watching that in college football,
Mhm.
dude, you talk about exciting.
Yeah, and I could see that because a lot of those guys aren't NFL worthy. I guess is the way
Yeah.
to say it. And so these guys that are NFL worthy just walk all over the competition,
Yeah.
which makes it fun. Yeah, it makes it fun. And in the NFL, like everyone there is a
It's the best of the
professional.
best.
It's the
Yeah,
best
exactly.
of the best.
You got not all college teams, but you got some of these college teams, and they got 2 or 3 top players that are
Mhm.
NFL prospects, right?
Mhm.
But the rest of the team ain't.
Yeah, yeah.
So now you get a whole team. They're
Mhm.
all superior, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless it's Florida State.
Yeah.
Florida State's down over here. Then they're all good.
Yeah, 'cause they're all awesome.
Yeah.
Man, I guess I need to get into it. I would like to get into college basketball because of March Madness.
I watch March Madness, but I don't watch the rest of the season.
Yeah.
So right before March Madness happened, I start doing all my research, you know, and
Mhm.
I'll start watching the highlights and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll watch all the March Madness games because they're exciting. It's like I say, the same kind of a concept. Those kids
Yeah.
know, hey, this is my time to shine,
Mm-hmm.
and I gotta to get to the next level. I gotta put out right here.
Yeah. And then I guess another reason why I don't watch sports is because I like comedy. I like to laugh.
Yeah,
Like as much as it is cool seeing somebody catch one-handed touchdown.
some random thing. Yeah,
Swiping the freaking pylon. You're like, oh, that's super badass. You know, got a touchdown. I like to laugh my ass off.
yeah, it's more exciting
yeah.
comedy.
I like watching comedy. And so, yeah, there's that. But vasectomies. Vasectomies? Am I saying that right? Vasectomies?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
A lot
That's how I
of
say
them
it.
happen around March Madness.
I've heard that, dude.
Yeah.
They say men go get it done so that way
Mhm.
they can have those weeks off of work.
Yeah,
That's insane, dude.
yeah,
Better write that
Just
down.
watch
Future
that.
references.
yeah. For not being a contact sport, basketball's so fun. Just
Yeah.
watching it, oh man, the way they finesse that ball around, my
It's
goodness,
insane,
it's
dude.
just like, damn. You watch somebody break somebody's ankles, you're like, whoa.
Yeah, like a little juke move. You know what I
Mhm,
mean? You're like,
yeah.
whoa, how do they do that?
Yeah.
Has that ever happened to you?
Oh, all the time.
I've never really played competitively in a basketball game. Just more so messing around.
It was kind of competitive. It's not like real competition, but it was team on team. But man, there's good players that I played
Yeah.
against. There's a guy I knew. I can't remember his name. I don't remember his name. I don't like the guy. Good basketball player. Way good basketball player. If he wouldn't have joined the Marine Corps, he could have gone to college playing basketball. Guy was awesome. But yeah, just it's kind of weird that just out of nowhere people can be good at sports. Like there's
Yeah.
a bunch of NFL players that were in the military. You're like, whoa, okay, just put your life on hold for a few years, and then out of nowhere you're just this big NFL
Come
star.
back and you're huge.
Yeah. You're just really good at a sport. It's just kind of weird to think because if you in the military you kind of do like one job. You're not professionally being a football star. And then you
Yeah.
get out of the military and you're a badass like running
Football
back
star,
for the
yeah.
Chiefs. I think there's a running back for them that was a Marine.
There's I think he's a offensive lineman, plays Steelers as well. He's the same way. He might not have been a Marine.
Was that the guy that stood for the pledge?
Yeah, there was a bunch of controversy around him.
Yeah. That guy. I think he's a soldier.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I might be wrong.
I can't remember. I don't
I
know.
can't really remember.
It was a
That
long
was a
time
long
ago.
time ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
slept since then.
Yeah, exactly.
How nice would it be to be good at a sport though, dude? Enough to play professionally.
Yeah, I know. Or an instrument. I've tried learning guitar. So hard.
Just doesn't work out for you, huh?
Can't figure it out. My fingers are too slow.
Really?
I'd have to get in the blues. Oh, speaking of blues, the guy who played House, Henry Lowry or something. Don't remember his name. Something Lowry.
Never heard of him.
The guy who played House has a couple blues albums out. I underestimated it. I was like, I'm gonna check it out. See if I like it. Maybe there's one song. No, that's really good blues. Way good blues.
That's crazy.
Yeah. No, I was pretty impressed.
Instrument I wish I could do is the violin. You ever seen some of them people play the violin, dude? They get down
Yeah.
with. Oh man, dude.
I knew
Talk
a girl
about
who played the
crazy.
violin. Yeah.
I'm not talking about the little, soulful stuff where it's all
Mhm.
real calm,
Yeah.
No, I want to be like them crazy freaking yodeling
Mm-hmm.
guys,
Yeah.
whatever they're called. I don't know.
What was that song? The Devil Went Down to Georgia.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's a good song.
that's a good song. Now I want to play like I was thinking of the Dixie Chicks, man, when they're playing the fiddles, or maybe they weren't violins, fiddles. Is there a difference? They're the same.
Ooh, I don't know.
I don't know. They kind of got the same sound.
I'm
I don't
pretty
care which
they're
one it is, one
similar.
of 'em.
Yeah, one of them.
Yeah. Do you know people hate the Dixie Chicks?
I didn't know that.
They're like Nickelback.
Really?
They're like some of the hated. I don't know why.
When I was a little kid, those were awesome.
They were huge.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's some kind of controversy
Huh.
with them at some point, and nobody likes them now.
What?
I don't know why.
No, I think I might have heard something. about
Yeah.
it. I think they said something controversial. and
Maybe
then-
they did. It's like Nickelback, dude.
Oh man.
People are not gonna like me, but I don't see what the problem is with Nickelback.
Yeah. There's some. They got some good songs.
They got some alright
I don't
stuff.
hate all of their
And
songs.
not all of it sucks.
Yeah.
But why are they the most hated band ever?
Yeah.
They're like deemed the worst, most
Yeah.
hated band.
Yeah. I saw a funny picture. It was like Drake. Drake
Yeah, the rapper.
is the Nickelback of rap.
He's huge though, dude.
He is
You know how
huge.
big he is?
Yeah. No,
They say
way
he's
big.
one of the biggest rappers of all time, dude.
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm just not into that kind of stuff, I guess, because I listen to a few of
Yeah.
his songs and I'm like, what in the world am I listening to?
I don't really.
At least, though, I will give him the fact that you can understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
Some
I
of
do
those
like
guys,
that.
dude, you don't even know. You're like, what are they talking about?
Yeah, the mumble rap.
Yeah.
That what? Though I can't say much because I listen to like heavy metal.
Yeah, see, that stuff, too,
Heavy
I'm like,
metal.
man, I can't understand it. I don't know what's
Yeah.
going on.
And I like to think of myself as a realist, and like I use logic, and I'm like, why would I like this music? But I freaking love it.
Yeah,
I
that's
love it.
crazy.
I love getting down to some Chelsea Grin and like, not Cannibal Corpse. Never Cannibal Corpse.
Never even
They're
heard of it.
awful. They're awful. Sorry, Watts. But yeah.
That's crazy. Music, man. People are into so many different music.
Mhm.
Why not open your mind and listen to everything?
I try to.
People can't do it, though. They're stuck on their one path.
Well, that's how I ended up liking blues and jazz. I used to hate blues and jazz. And then one day I was kind of listening to it. And I was like, man, what is this? Kept listening, kept listening. Now I'm a huge blues and jazz fan. Lightning Hopkins, he's the best blues musician I've ever heard, man.
I never heard of any of these people. I'm out of the loop.
Him and Tom Waits and who else? I can't remember. Something Muddy. That doesn't matter. They're all long gone. I like the blues from like the 20s.
Yeah, those are the old school guys.
I like way old
Yeah.
blues.
Are they still putting out new blues? I'm sure somebody is, but
Yeah, it's not good.
it's just not a big thing.
It's not good.
It was big back in the day, though.
Yeah.
I would like to go to one of them old school like speakeasy jazz kind of a bars. They still got them, some, back
a
east.
jazz bar.
Yeah,
That would be kind of cool.
would be.
Hmm Going to a burlesque show would be kind of cool too.
Yeah,
Hmm
yeah.
I think a little bit. I think a little bit it would be cool. But I watched that movie about the burlesque dancers. I think it's called Burlesque.
Yeah, there is a movie called Burlesque, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, I went to it in theaters and I was on my phone the whole time.
That's how bad it was.
Yeah, it's like okay, naked chick, naked chick, naked chick. It's like okay, you can. Yeah, that's awesome, but it's like, where's the story? Like,
You might as well go to a strip club.
yeah, I paid money. I want to watch a story. I want to see a plot. I want to see characters I can relate to.
Yeah,
It's bad music, bad acting.
that sucks. In movies, man, when you go to a movie theater and you fall asleep or that's when you know a movie's bad.
Mm-hmm.
There's a movie I don't remember what it is, some cartoon I got suckered into going to, and I was passed out, dude. I was like 30 minutes in, I slept the whole movie. That's when you know the movie sucks.
Mm-hmm. I've walked out of a few movies.
Really?
Yeah. One of them was, I think the name of it was Moses. I'm not sure. It was a religious movie, and I think it had Emma Watson in it. But me and my buddy walked out within the first 5 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. We're
Is
like,
that bad, huh?
oh, it's so bad. We walked out of that movie and walked straight into another movie. It was a 3D movie, and we didn't have 3D glasses. So we went to those bins and we just grabbed a couple of 3D glasses and walked in and watched a way better movie. I don't remember what it was, but we're like, oh, this is way better.
You're one of them shitty people.
Oh. Don't make me pay for your shitty movie.
Yeah. That sucks when you go and you pay for a movie and then it sucks.
Yeah. Well, one of the topics I was wanting to talk about today was college and how I think it's going to go away in the future.
As far as, you mean just disappear in general?
Yeah. Well, I mean, why schooling in itself, like, why do you need it? Like, we're going to be so in tune with technology in the future.
Yeah, that's true, dude.
Yeah.
Look at these things. They get the whole thing where they say they're going to be able to put a phone in your eye.
Yeah.
What's the purpose of going to school, man?
Yeah.
Sounds bad for people that have gone. What am I going to waste my life for 8 years when I can just, when I'm in the moment? Hey, I don't know though, man. That's kind of a touchy subject, though.
That is kind of weird.
I think for a big majority of things, yeah. But what if you're a surgeon?
I was just about to say that.
You know what I mean?
think a
You're all
surgeon
right.
would
Well, I'm
need
about
still
to
go.
cut this guy open, and you Google some. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're gonna sit there and work off of Google.
Mhm.
That makes people mad, by the way. Like, I Googled something one time, something wrong with my car, my truck, and I seen this thing about spraying water on the belt or whatever, and I was like, give it a try, dude. I don't know, no clue. I've never seen something like this. And I talked to people after the fact, and it actually worked. The theory worked, how they did it, and I've seen it on 50 different videos, so that's the reason I tried it. But people were mad. Why would you go on YouTube and figure that out? That's so stupid. Then people are idiots.
Yeah. What?
What are you scared they're going to work you out of a job? Those guys do the same thing you do. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Those guys are technicians. You might, yeah, obviously, you're going to have some random Smo Joe that thinks he knows everything on there.
Yeah.
But there's people, all kinds of crazy people on there.
Well, if you're watching, okay, so it's crazy if you just watch one video and you're like, that's the word of God.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with that. But you're watching multiple videos, you're like, okay, this many people can't be fibbing me.
Exactly.
And yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's like a lot of things can be mitigated just by the internet
Yeah.
and how useful it is.
Oh,
But
yeah.
there's some jobs you just simply can't get around.
Yeah.
Maybe not going to college, but like a school type of environment for surgeons.
Yeah.
For surgeons, yeah. 'Cause
No, I
def-
could see it going away,
Yeah.
definitely, though.
Yeah, because it's like, I was talking to my buddy. I was like, I'm not a mechanic, and I wouldn't know how to fix my car. He's like, you have YouTube, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I fix my truck all the time, and I don't know
Off
a
of
thing."
YouTube.
Off of YouTube.
Yeah.
And that's how my girlfriend's dad learned how to figure out a bunch of stuff on his bike. I'm like, how do you know this? He's like, I just YouTube it.
Yeah.
YouTube 2-3 videos, so you get a general idea, and then go at it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that makes sense. Makes way sense.
YouTube's going to
Yeah.
put colleges out of business.
I'm saying.
Sorry, Harvard.
Yeah, I'm saying. I'm just saying,
I think some of them big time colleges definitely. Obviously, we got lawyers and whatnot, and doctors and stuff. But man, we need more. We were talking about this earlier. Technical. What's it called? Trade schools.
I don't think you need a lawyer to go to college. All the law books, boom,
Yeah,
online.
that's true.
You just Google it.
Man, I should become a lawyer.
Google it really quick.
Just
You don't
Google
need to go to
everything.
law school.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Why do you need to memorize it when it's right there?
Right there.
Like historians, you don't need to go to school for
School.
a history degree. It's like, boom, it's right there. Google. Every
Google.
time I have a history question,
Just Google it.
Google it.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Or
I'm going to change professions,
Is
dude.
it Ecosia? Is that other search engine that every time you search, they plant a tree?
Whoa, I never heard of this.
Yeah, it's badass, man.
Whoa.
Mhm. Yeah, start using that.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Speaking of planting trees, man, I was watching this thing on loggers. What are they called?
Lumberjacks.
Lumberjacks. It's got another name, but anyways, companies that go in and wipe out forest, right?
Logging companies.
I guess it's just logging.
Mhm.
Anyways, there's companies now, and they'll go into a forest or whatever, and they'll send their guys out there, and they chop all the trees down, and then later on, they send drones. They have guys flying drones, and these drones drop
Yeah.
seeds,
Mhm.
replant the forest.
That's pretty awesome. But a lot of people think forest fires are bad. Forest fires are good.
Yeah, oh, that's a touchy subject, man. You'll piss
Yeah.
people off with that.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it's a good thing, dude.
It's a good thing.
It's the forest taking care of its problems,
Mhm.
man.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how the universe does it, but it does it. And when a forest catches fire, it's death and rebirth
Yeah.
because it clears out a way for new life to come up.
hmm
A lot of trees are grow better in ash. Well, almost all plants grow better in ash.
Yeah.
But like, there's a certain kind of tree that only grows really, really, really awesome if it's burnt.
Well,
If
like,
its parents are burnt. or
doesn't
whatever.
burning it start the soil? I don't know how to explain it, man. It starts to soil over essentially. So you see, like farmers every so many years they burn their fields,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and it I don't know how it works. I'm not
There's a
smart
lot
enough,
of
but
nutrients that are in ash. Like you wouldn't think there would be a lot of nutrients in ash.
yeah, it's all burnt.
Yeah, but it's really, really. I say way a lot. It's really good to put ash into the ground.
Hmm.
A lot of nutrients in there.
Never realized.
Mm-hmm.
That's random.
Yeah. Well, there for a while, I was really into growing crops and flowers and stuff like that. And that was one of the things I read, along with composting. That's interesting.
Do they mix in ash with this composting,
I don't know.
or is that something they just don't do? Two separate things.
I think it's two separate things. But composting is actually really interesting.
Composting is weird.
Yeah, if I think the rule was, if it was once alive, throw it in the pile. And I think at the end of every day you spray it down with water, a little bit. I never tried it, so I can't say too much. But you're supposed to water it down, and the water evaporating inside of the compost pile heats up to like incredible degrees, and it kills off all the bad stuff. But you use that to throw into the ground, and
It's crazy. People think you do stuff like that and it's water. It doesn't heat up. It's like, hey, man, you ever seen a hay fire, dude? You get
Mhm.
wet hay,
mm-hmm.
it'll go up in flames, man.
Yeah, it's
It
great.
gets so hot it catches it on fire. It's
Yeah.
insane.
That's why you have to keep watering your compost pile, or else it will catch
It
fire.
will catch fire. Yeah.
It'll start smoking.
That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
It's a smoking pile of crap, pretty
Mhm.
much.
There, back to an earlier topic about shunning people and shutting people out. How we were talking about the laws and like we can't have a normal conversation because all the people want to do is shut you
Yeah.
up. Well, in the military, they kind of do that, yeah. But if you mess something up, you get yelled at. You pay your dues, and then you're welcome back into society. Our society right now is so bad that they're just shutting people out. Like Roseanne Barr said that racist thing.
Yeah.
Supposedly,
You do one thing
yeah.
wrong, and it's like it defines your whole world.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, dang, man, how many times have you done something, totally, not even said something, but done something
Mm-hmm.
that you didn't mean, you know what I mean? It's just kind of a
Yeah,
happened deal, you know what I mean? It doesn't define you.
yeah,
How does that define you?
yeah, exactly. The punishment does not fit the crime in most cases.
Yeah.
And then the same thing with our jail system. Cannot believe jail system. Slipped my mind. But
It's
Yeah.
so common.
yeah, and it's crazy how you'll go to jail for something or prison. Like this is what our society has agreed upon for you to do to repent your sins against our society. You get out, and then you have a criminal record.
Forever.
Why do you have a criminal record?
Yeah.
that criminal record should be only for the police. So when you come back, you're like, oh, okay, well, let's bring this to the judge. Like, you
Yeah.
have a criminal record. But not like, okay, you get out of jail for something that's stupid. You have a plant in your pocket. You go to jail for 7 years. Now you have to tell your boss that you were in prison or jail.
Yeah, for 7 years.
And you're like, yeah, I really don't want any criminals working for me. Like, you're not a criminal. You're a dude with a plant in your pocket.
Yeah,
Like, a lot of these crimes are petty, and then it ruins your life forever.
that's true. That's
And
true.
you already paid
You
did
paid
the
your
time.
dues.
Yeah.
You did your, yeah, exactly.
You paid the punishment that this society has dealt out to you.
Yeah.
And I think it's Norway. Norway is doing a new thing for their jail system. It's more of a rehab, which we should do. I don't know if it'll work here, but like we shouldn't. If you do a crime, you shouldn't be put into a cell and not. You're like, all right, you sit there for 4 years. You don't have to do anything in that time. You wake up, eat.
Yeah, no,
Let
there
me-
should be requirements. Hey, you got put in here because
Yeah.
you're doing this. Hey, we're going to give you these options here. You need to do something to deem yourself.
Yeah, you there
There's
should
a
be
technical way to explain it, but
there should be a therapy session that you have to go to.
yeah, so stuff like that. Yep.
Um,
Like a rehab, and just like you said, a
yeah,
rehab.
it should be a rehab. It shouldn't be jail. It shouldn't be prison. It should be rehab that you can't leave. You should
Yeah.
be rehabilitated into our society. And then,
That don't always work for everybody, though.
no, it doesn't. That's
You
the
got
thing.
a mass murderer that just
Mhm.
killed 50 people, dude.
Mhm.
I doubt you're gonna change that guy.
Yeah, somebody's like, oh, I'll kill again. And
Exactly. You're
Well,
gonna have those people.
you can't fix that.
Those people just
That's-
ain't getting fixed.
That's just a psychopath. And
Yeah.
he needs to be in a cage away from society, or put him down because he's wasting taxpayer dollars that could be going to helping a homeless person.
Shit, do you know how much it costs to put someone down these days? It's insane, dude.
It's gonna sound inhumane and a little grotesque, but 22 rounds
I was
aren't
gonna
that
say
expensive.
real cheap. They do it real complicated because it's
Yeah.
inhumane.
Yeah,
Inhumane.
yeah.
Was it inhumane when that guy freaking strangled that little girl to death? You know what I mean?
Mhm, Yeah.
The whole family stabbed him, whatever
Yeah.
he did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come on, let's get logical here.
Exactly. And another thing is, okay, so you went to jail for beating somebody up. You got angry, you beat him up, you went to jail. Years and years down the road, that's still going to be on your record.
Oh yeah.
So you beat somebody up at 18, you went to jail for 4 years, 5 years, whatever it may be. Well, 10 years down the road, you're not the same
that
person. You're not the
Yeah.
same person. You've become a Buddhist or Hindu,
Yeah.
or maybe you didn't, and you just decided to be a peaceful
Yeah.
person. I'm not even the same person I was last year.
Yeah. No joke.
Why do you keep associating somebody's past with what they're in the future? I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of times people don't change, but still, even everybody changes. Everybody changes at least a little bit. Like
Yeah.
you can't say that you're going to be the same person 20 years. These lifelong prison sentences are a joke. Like what are they? If he's a multi homicidal person, put him down.
Yeah. Get rid of him.
They can't be rehabilitated.
Yeah.
Or a rapist who keeps raping people.
Yeah.
But the punishment doesn't fit to put him down, but still, like, those people can't be fixed.
Yeah.
But you can fix somebody who's like a drug dealer. And even then, it's like, really? We should have the right to do dumb stuff. Like, who are you to say that I can't go and do a bunch of drugs?
Yeah.
That's what I want to do. Who are you to?
Druggy.
Yeah. I don't want you making millions of dollars off my tax money.
Well, it's not getting taxed.
Yeah, that
Is
too.
part of it.
Yeah, taxes are theft, literally. Some taxes are good, but do we need a $611 billion military budget?
Yeah, that's
I don't think
insane.
so.
It's going up, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be
It's going
bigger
to be
now.
way bigger because the Space Force.
No, that's right.
Mhm.
That's right. Space Marines.
Dude, I want to sign up so bad, but
Mhm.
I remember being in the military, and it's not that fun. You still have to take orders.
Gotta fall in line.
Yep.
And you never know, dude. That's probably gonna be worse off than any other. You're going into space, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's gonna be way
Mhm.
more. There's a lot more going
Yeah,
on there.
a lot
you know
more
what I mean?
strict than what it
Yeah.
was. It's like, if you push this button,
We're all gonna die.
you're
Literally.
I don't even know what they'd be called. Because you're not a soldier, you're not a marine, you're not an airman. Because I guess you'd be the closest you could say airman, spaceman.
Yeah.
I don't know. You'd have to be a lot smarter than.
Oh, it's gonna be a bunch of real smart
Yeah.
guys up there in general.
I
It's
wouldn't.
gotta be, dude.
I wouldn't want gung ho jarheads up in space like
Yeah.
let's go get the Russians.
Finally do run into aliens, and we're not gonna be friends for very long.
Oh no. That's
A lot of people are saying though, man, if they're, the whole alien, back to the alien thing. People say, "Oh, the government knows. The government knows." Now people are saying, "Well, why would they create a space force if they didn't know there was aliens?"
Yeah, I don't know if it's space. The space force is an answer to aliens or answer to other countries being in space.
Yeah, I would think other countries, but
Mm-hmm.
you never know.
Yeah,
Can you imagine having wars in space?
it'd
It'd be like Star Wars, dude.
be the worst. It would literally be the worst.
We need to get us a Death Star, dude. We need
Yeah.
to start pummeling everybody.
Yeah, because laser beams would just drill a tiny hole into your hole. You wouldn't even need a big, giant explosion. Just a tiny little penny-sized hole, and you could destroy
Yeah.
a whole fleet
That's true.
or a whole ship. I mean, so you wouldn't be able to find it because laser beams. You can't see a laser beam from the side. You can only see a laser beam straight
Coming
to your
right at you,
face.
and then at that point, you're
Yeah,
gone.
and then you're dead.
Yeah.
You're way dead, fried. So boom, zap, hole sucks out your air real fast.
Yeah, and you're gone.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
If they built laser beams, though, we're eventually going to build something to defend the laser beam,
Hopefully.
right?
Yeah.
You would think.
Yeah.
Guess you never know.
Laser beam technology. That's kind of interesting because if we're able to put it into the size of the rifles that are in Star Wars,
Oh, dude, some stuff is
Yeah.
going down.
A huge Star Wars fan, but I think the weapon systems are stupid. If you're able to get a pistol to shoot laser beams, why would you need a rifle? It's
That's a
the
good
same
point.
exact thing. It's a laser
Yeah.
beam. You can't get more powerful than a laser beam.
Yeah.
You're gonna fry somebody. And another thing that bugs me is the recoil.
The recoil, and then also when the laser beam hits somebody, they
Yeah.
blow backwards. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Huh.
Like they just got an explosion, and it's
Is
like,
it-
wait a minute, that thing would burn right through you.
Yeah,
You wouldn't
just-
even,
Bzz,
and then you'd hit the ground.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clean.
Wow.
Yeah, the recoil too.
Yeah, the recoil always bugged me. Like,
Yeah.
it's a laser. It's
There's no recoil.
yeah. Maybe if it was like a plasma gun, because then that's not like an actual physical. Well, lasers are physical. It's just they're so intangible that, or so small and light that you can't feel them
Yeah.
because they're particles. And a lot of growing up, I always wanted the power to like stop time or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But you can't. If you stop time, everything goes black until you move, and then it's black.
Whoa, that's a crazy thought. Never even put that together.
Yeah, because all light is particles.
Yeah.
And if you freeze time, those particles stop. So if you don't move, image frozen. But as soon as you like move back, disappears. Then you go forward, and then it reappears.
That's insane.
Yeah. Oh, I think that's how it works.
Theoretically, yeah.
But I mean, it only makes sense if the particle's here and you move back, you're not going to be able to see it because it's not moving forward. You'd have to, whatever.
You just ruined my childhood dreams.
Yeah, scientist Jeffers.
See, dude, you can be whatever you want to be. It's all on the computer, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Just Google it.
Oh, speaking of devices in your eyes, you ever watch Black Mirror?
No, I've been meaning to watch that.
Oh, dude, you gotta watch that. They have devices in their eyes. They're recording devices.
Whoa.
Yeah, that shows really cool on how they're perceiving the future. And it's not like way in the future. It's like maybe 50 years, like 25 to 50 years into the future. So it's like generally what we're driving
Yeah.
and what we're wearing and stuff like that. But like the iPhone 40 is now just a little
chip in your eye.
yeah, a little chip in your eye or something like that.
Contact lens.
Mm-hmm. It's way cool.
That's
and,
crazy.
and how our society is wrapped around technology.
Yeah. Think about that, dude. Contact lens. If you can get a contact in your eye,
Mm-hmm.
you're telling me they can't put some kind of computer programming in that thing
Mm-hmm.
eventually?
Yeah, I think I saw something about like a magnifying contact lens
Whoa.
Yeah, and you're able to like see the surface of the moon clear
Whoa.
with just this little thing. I don't know
Yeah.
how real it is, but it's not
I don't
too
see how
far
it's
fetched.
impossible.
It's not too
Yeah,
far fetched.
it's not like it's a stretch.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy the things that they could scientifically. There's no reason why you can't do it with our bodies, like immortality. Like, there's no reason why they can't stop our aging process.
Yeah.
If we can figure out why lobsters produce that enzyme, if we could,
Then we can figure out how to put it in us.
yeah, if we could
Next
figure
thing
out
you know,
that,
we're immortal.
yeah,
It's a good point.
yeah, and but then that opens a whole other door of opportunity and philosophy on how human beings would be. Because you only live for so long. Like, what kind of stress, what kind of not stress, what's the opposite of stress? Euphoria goes on with somebody who lives to 300, 1,000 years old.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of maturity do you get to
Yeah.
at that age, you know?
How do you age in general?
Yeah. And, like scientists, like, what if Albert Einstein never died? What if they figured out the enzyme and kept him alive?
Yeah.
Like, because once he died, people had to interpret. I was saying it right.
Yeah.
They had to figure out what he was saying, and then that goes on and on and on and on. Like, what if they're still alive? Like, no, this is what I meant. Like, oh, okay. Well, now we can move on past that.
Yeah.
We don't have to get caught up on what you meant by relativity. Like, we can just keep moving on, or Now, speaking of gauge symmetry,
This is crazy to me.
that just seems like a fancy way for smart people to make themselves seem more important, and dumb people like me seem dumber.
Yeah. The way it's explained, dude, is
Yeah.
so complicated.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, just dumb it down for us, man. And then
Yeah.
when you finally wrap your mind around it, you're like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
this is simple.
Mhm.
Why is it so? Why are you guys making it so complicated?
Yeah. What it is it's a rule saying that there's rules, which say that they can do whatever they want because of this rule. I don't.
It's like a giant mind.
It's like a way of saying that they can do whatever they want, and that's fun. Oh man, I'd have to read my notes on it, because it's just they have a rule book saying this is how the laws work,
Yeah.
and we can change them any way we want to fit our needs.
Yeah.
That's gauge symmetry in a nutshell, pretty much.
See, it's not really that complicated of a thing.
Mm-mm.
But when you look it up, dude, it is the most complicated thing. You can't understand it, dude. You got to
Yeah.
read it 500 times to grasp what's going on.
Yeah, and
It's insane.
they want to make it complicated because they want to stay in power,
Yeah.
and in those positions, not power. Like all these theories, like black hole theory.
It's a theory.
It's not even
Theory.
theory. There's no pictures. There's nothing on it. There's what they think a black hole is. They have all these theories about black holes, and it's like, okay, well, T-O.
Still got it wrong, dude.
Almost.
It'll fix it for me.
Yeah, the toy.
Anyways,
Yeah, so
what were we saying?
the math suggests that if you go into a black hole, this will happen. Okay, well,
Yeah, the math.
so you have evidence of a black hole. Well, no, but the math suggests that there are black holes. Like, okay. And then you asking me like, well, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, where's the proof? And like, well, our brains aren't intelligent enough to wrap our minds around what is really happening. Like, now that's a scapegoat. That's you saying that you can say whatever you want and get away with it.
Yeah.
Like, show me hard evidence. You don't know what you're talking about.
Facts.
The math suggests. Okay. The math
Suggests.
suggests.
That's another thing. Suggests.
Like, don't sit there and say that it's a certainty, because you don't know. You don't have any physical evidence of the happenings in the universe.
Yeah.
All you know is what's on here on Earth, and you don't even know that much about it. I don't know. It just kind of makes me mad at all these scientists trying to make themselves sound so
Yeah,
smart, but they don't even know, and they don't even agree with themselves. You'll see
Yeah, that's
scientists
true.
arguing and bickering between themselves. Like, oh, atoms don't pop in and out. Like, yeah, atoms pop in and out of existence. Like, well, who's right?
Yeah.
Gauge symmetry says both right. So they both
That's
can
true.
say
You
whatever
both
they
say
want.
whatever you want.
Yeah.
Or start saying whatever you want, dude.
Yeah, gauge symmetry.
Yeah. I want to make sure I reference that every time, too.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So. Oh man.
All right. Well,
How long have we been talking?
I don't know. It's been a pretty good one so far, though. Tell you,
8? When did we start? Yeah.
it's a little after 6.
Yeah, I like this whole new setup.
Yeah. Hopefully they fixed up the echoing and
Yeah.
some
Hopefully
of the other difficulties we had.
Yeah.
Getting a little closer with our microphones here.
Mm-hmm. I think that helped out a lot.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. Okay, so another thing that I was wanting to talk about, people saying, getting so upset about politics and stuff like that. Like, oh, you can't trust Clinton. Like, you can't trust anybody. You can't trust anybody who's wanting to get into a position of power. Why do they want to get into a position of power? Like, I can understand, like, somebody who wants to get into a position of power to, help the American people or whatnot. You're like, okay, that doesn't exist. Like, it kind of exists, but
Yeah.
not really. Not when greed exists. Because Bernie Sanders, oh, he's at least he's honest. You can trust the guy. You're like, no. Anybody who wants to be
That
in
guy's
that,
a little off.
he's a little off the top.
Yeah.
But anybody who's grasping for power like that, you can't trust.
Oh yeah. What's he trying to accomplish here?
Yeah, exactly.
He's got an end goal.
Yeah.
He's in the middle trying to convince you, though.
So you want to trust a person who you don't know personally at all. You just know him from TV. That everybody knows that's not who you really are on TV.
Oh yeah.
Wants to be the most powerful person on the planet.
Let's back up. We're on TV right now.
Oh, this is
We're being
different.
truthful.
This is different. Have no bosses here. But that's different. We're not running for anything. We're just
Yeah, it's true. We're not trying to be powerful.
Yeah. Anybody who wants to be the most powerful man on earth or woman,
Yeah.
most powerful man or woman on earth, you can't trust them.
Yeah.
Why do you want to be? You want to control history's most formidable army ever in the history of ever. You want to control that? Why? You want to do good? Okay. How many foundations have you donated to? How many people have you helped? Oh, none. Okay.
Yeah. You're not doing too good
Yeah.
here, buddy.
Go kick rocks. Or the Clinton Foundation. It's a foundation to help the little people. If you actually find out the amount of money that they give out to these to help people, it's nothing. Nothing. It's
They're just
nothing.
helping themselves.
It's literally just a way to get free money legally.
Yeah. That's a
Is
good
it-
point.
Just donate to the Clinton Foundation, and we'll give it to people in Ethiopia, which I highly doubt they ever did.
Where it's going, yeah.
So it's not like you're giving me money, you're giving the foundation money. It's a legal loophole.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of crap, and it should be illegal.
So
'Cause
do you want to start a foundation or?
I'm way down for
We got a foundation, guys.
Yeah.
Please donate. Please
donate
donate. We'll make sure it gets to a good place.
minimum $1,000.
Yeah.
But no, it's just that kind of. When I heard that, it's like, no, what would make you think that you could trust somebody who wants that kind of power?
Yeah.
And even that guy. Well, the guy that I was listening to did say that some of his ideas were cuckoo. Like, that plan him and that the mayor of New York, were coming up with. It's a $32 trillion plan that over the course of so many years, it's only going to save us $1 trillion.
Yeah, but it's going to cost us 32.
Yeah.
What are you doing here? We're
Yeah.
talking about trillions,
Yeah,
dude.
trillions.
Millions is enough.
Yeah.
And then we're talking about billions, and then we're
Yeah.
talking about trillions.
Yeah. You know how much, Okay, so everything that the government does right now is for profit for their own gain. They can make so much more money if they cut out the BS spending
Oh yeah.
and help get people off the streets. That's even more people to put money into the system.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you
It's
want
a
to help
circle.
those people? Yeah. And okay, so here's another thing we're talking about before is so these shootings in Chicago, they've always been bad. They've
Oh
been
yeah.
bad for a long
Years.
time. And it's like to be in the position of power in the United States and you don't know that, you shouldn't be in the position of power. You should be dethroned. To
Yeah,
not
it's
know
true.
that so many people are dying in a huge city, in such an important city, that you don't know that that's going on. If you don't know that it's going on, you should be taken out of your position. If you know that it's going on and you're not doing anything, you should be taken out of your position. Either you're a dick or you're a conspirator. And there's a reason why. If you know, then you're obviously conspiring to continue that cycle of death and
There's
destruction.
something going on there.
There's something going on there. And it's no secret that the United States is a huge gun supply. Dang it. Gun runners, I guess. I don't know. You ever watch the movie Lord of War or Warlord or?
Oh, the two guys go and they supply guns to the military.
Well, that's War Dogs, but yeah, it's
That's
the same
one
thing.
I'm thinking of.
Yeah, that's the same thing. We're the world's biggest.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about the guy that buys and resells,
Mm-hmm.
and he's selling to both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know
Nicolas
you're talking
Cage
about
was in
Nicolas
it.
Cage,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah. We're the biggest ones. And so I'm totally forgot my subject here.
All right, guys, we're gonna cut to commercial break.
But the government deals in that, right? I'm just gonna segue to this. But the government deals in that. They're making money off of that, right?
Yeah.
Everyone knows that. Why would you trust somebody who wants to be in charge
In
of that?
charge of that.
Yeah.
Greed.
Mm-hmm.
Money.
Greed.
Dude. Money to be made.
Oh, and speaking of those crazy lunatics in office, you ever heard of the Bohemian Grove? I think we might have talked about it once.
Yeah, I think so.
It's
I
a
just can't remember.
ceremony. And Alex Jones snuck into it a long time ago and videotaped it. And it's these people going to a bonfire. And a lot of people nowadays call it a bonfire. But that's where it came from, was bonfire. It was a ceremonial fire where they burned bones.
I did not know this.
Mm-hmm. And so they have a bonfire, and they worship this giant statue of an owl. And I don't know what it's called. Can't remember. But it's the people in charge of us. People in power.
That's insane.
It's the president. There was a picture of like Nixon,
Whoa, are you serious?
Clinton, and like another big president, all at this Bush Senior. We're
The
all
original one.
all at this ceremony. It's like they're like, oh, it's just something fun to do. Okay, yeah, it's something fun to do. It's super weird. It's super weird.
It is weird.
Why are you pretending? You're dressing up. You're burning. You're doing a bonfire, worshiping this owl god. Like, that's weird.
That is a little off.
Like, why can't you guys be normal? Go golf. No,
Yeah.
there's something weird going on with that. It's Illuminati, man.
Yeah. Conspiracies, man.
Yeah,
Conspiracies.
yeah. Kind of we went all over the place.
Yeah,
today.
we were all over the board, man.
Yeah.
Wasn't too bad though. We
No.
were in freaking aliens to
Mm-hmm.
conspiracies to who knows what.
Oh, okay. I think Elon Musk was saying that he thinks. Yeah, I don't think he thinks. I think he said there's a chance that we're in a simulation, like we're in a
That's
video
a
game.
crazy deal for anybody that don't know.
Mm-hmm. That if you don't know
Simulation
about
theory. Look it up.
that, look it up because that is kind of crazy.
That's wild.
And if you don't think that it's a possibility, look at Mario. 8-bit bits are what make up the image
Yeah.
of the Mario universe. Our bits are atoms, or
Oh
protons
yeah, they got
and
an
neutrons.
answer for
and-
everything when it
Mhm.
comes to this simulation theory.
yeah, it's super
It's crazy. We could go on about this for
Yeah.
hours, dude.
Yeah.
That's a crazy ordeal.
the first time I thought about it, I didn't even know it was a real thing. Like I had just come up with that idea. I thought it was the first one. No, no. Any original thought that you think you have,
Somebody already thought
somebody
of it.
already thought of it.
Oh, yeah.
But I looked into this, and a lot of people, when I first talked about it, people were looking at me like I was a crazy dude. Like somebody literally was like, "Whew, don't know if I'm high enough to understand that." And we couldn't smoke drugs at this point in time. We were getting drug tested constantly. But they think you're crazy whenever you talk about
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
like that. But then you're like, okay, well, what do you believe in? You believe in some dude who 2,000 years ago knelt to a cross and then came back 3 days later. Like, okay, so that's crazier than us being in a video game. I don't know. I shouldn't talk about religion. It's people get a little
very touchy.
people get a little crazy with the religion aspect. But another thing that scientists speculate is the universe is so endless. I think it's called the Darth Vader theory, that the universe is infinite. It's so infinite that somewhere out there is a real life Darth Vader, and all the events of Star Wars actually
It
happened.
really happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I saw one that theoretically we're just some school kid's science experiment sitting on a shelf that he got a C- on.
We're not even important enough
Yeah,
to get
we're
an
not
A.
even important. Isn't that crazy?
That's wild.
Yeah.
It's not impractical, dude. You
Mm.
never know. Some of
If-
the stuff we figure out, and we're like, what in the hell?
If it's infinite enough. But that's another thing. I don't believe that. Just because something's big doesn't mean it's infinite.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who says that the universe is infinite? The math suggests.
Yeah, it
The
suggests.
math suggests. I'm not saying that it isn't. It'd be cool if it wasn't, because then that's awesome
Yeah.
that there's an infinite number of me's doing all infinite number of things.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think scientists are just too into themselves to
Yeah,
see the
theories,
big
dude,
picture.
theories.
Yeah, they need somebody outside of the box to come in and be like, "That's lunacy."
Well, then they argue
Bring it
with
back
you.
down to earth. Yeah, and then they argue with
You're
you.
wrong. I'm
Yeah.
right. I'm a scientist.
Yeah,
I did the math.
yeah. I did the math. Can you do the math? Well, no, I can't. But you also need a voice of reason sometimes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
Now we've been going quite a while here.
yeah,
Not ready to wrap her up or what?
yeah,
We're not doing too bad right now.
yeah.
On a roll.
Pretty good one. You need to take better notes.
Yeah,
for
no, I
saying
got the same
stuff.
problem.
Yeah.
Dude, it's pretty bad when you can't read half your notes. Some of the stuff I write down, I'm like, I don't even know what I was trying to say.
Yeah. Oh, here's a good one. Okay, so I practiced for 10 years, and I'm finally able to walk on water. Says man. Yeah, but the ferry's a nickel. Buddha said that. Maybe. I don't know. I heard somebody say that. And it's kind of interesting to think that you spend your whole life doing something to get good at it when there's a simple solution.
That's
College.
a good point. Yeah.
You spend this much of your time, this much of your youth, and this much of your money going to college, doing all this stuff. But then there's Google.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy if you think about
I
that.
think college, man, holds, I can't say for everybody, but it holds a lot of people back, man.
It does.
People, look at what we do
Mhm.
as a career. There's people with college degrees to get my job. I don't
Yeah.
have no college degree, man.
Yeah.
I'm just a worker, dude. I went to work and I worked and I learned and essentially studied and did my research, and now here I am.
Yeah.
But there's people going and getting degrees for what I do, and I cannot wrap my mind
Yeah.
around that.
Yeah. Like the Merchant Marine School to be a sailor.
Yeah.
What?
For what? Seems
Get-
crazy.
Just get on a boat, learn as you go, man.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, man. Just shadow somebody. Like, don't let him touch anything because he might kill everybody.
Yeah.
But even then, it's like,
A lot of
Is
it's
it that
becoming
hard?
requirements too, though, man. Look at a lot of these jobs. Oh, you gotta have 7 years experience, dude. When everybody in that field wants me to have 7 years experience, how do I get 7 years experience?
yeah.
You know what I
no,
mean?
It's crazy.
It's insane to me,
They
dude.
want you to intern while you're going
Yeah.
to college. It's like you're overburdening these people.
Mhm.
Like they're going to college, they have a job, and they have to have an internship.
Some of the stuff's crazy, dude.
Dude, that's crazy.
All the stuff they want, man.
That is crazy. I never really looked into that too much, and then I knew a few engineers that were going to school for it, and all their jobs wanted them to have experience. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude.
That doesn't make any sense.
The oil and gas field's really bad about that. Well, area we're in is real big about oil and gas, right? Well, right out of high school, man, there's nothing to do. You either go work for McDonald's
Yeah.
or you go into the oil and gas industry. It is what it
Yeah.
is. This is that kind of town. And you guys places, and they're like that, man. Will you have any experience? Dude, I am 18 years old. I just graduated high school. Where do you have any experience? And I'm not applying for big engineering jobs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I understand. I'm an
Mhm.
entry-level employee. I'm at the bottom of the totem pole.
Mm-hmm.
But you want people to have 7 years experience
Yeah.
to be a freaking parts runner. What in
That's
the, I'm going to
crazy.
drive a truck and
Yeah.
pick stuff up. I
Yeah.
need 7, you know what I mean? I'm blowing out
Yeah.
of proportion a little, but still,
Yeah.
it's insane to me.
No, that is insane. That they
It's crazy.
require
And
these.
every single place I went to was like that.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's just that. I lost what I was gonna say.
We got way off topic, but it's cool.
It's either you go work at McDonald's, you go waste a bunch of money at school, you might drop out because you just spent 12 years minimum in high school, and then now you have this slight freedom. You're like, if I don't show up, I don't show up, but then I'll fail in college. So a lot of people fell out of college because it's like they finally get their first taste of freedom.
Yeah.
But the military, that's a pretty cool option if you're in a bad situation.
Yeah, we discussed that before, man.
Mhm.
People always complain, well, this is where I was born and this is what I do. There is options, and it's free.
There's always options.
Free.
Yeah.
Join the military.
Yeah. If you're in a bad neighborhood and you don't want to be in that situation, join the military.
Yeah.
They're always looking.
If you have zero like I said, dude, it's free.
Yeah.
If you can't, people are like, well, it costs money to move. It does cost money to move.
Mm-hmm.
Don't cost money. Then those guys will come and pick you up,
Yep.
ship you around wherever you need to go.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
100%. If you go to a recruiter and say, I want out of this situation, they're like,
They will get you
They will
out.
get
They
you out.
guarantee it.
yep. They get paid for every person that they,
You think they're
Recruit.
not going to help you? Exactly.
they're going to be on,
Oh, yeah.
they're going to be like waiters or butlers. There we go. They're going to
Yeah.
be butlers. They're going to walk you through it, man. Not the Marine recruiters, though. They're weird like that. They treat you like shit.
Yeah.
You have to be like a sadist to join the Marines. Like, yeah, I hate myself and I hate everyone. I'm a nihilist. Yeah, treat me like shit. I love it. 5 years and you're like, why did I join this branch? Like, unless you're like a staff sergeant at the end of those 5 years, you're not wanting to join or re-enlist. But yeah, those. Oh, my situation in life sucks. Blah blah blah. Yeah, it does suck, and it's unfair that people start out with shittier lives than other people. There's always options.
Yeah.
Go to school. Go to your high school. Bust your ass. Get that 4.0
That's another
GPA.
thing that's essentially free. Do you know how many scholarships they
Yeah.
have out there?
Yeah.
For everything.
All you have to do is apply.
Yeah.
Just go apply.
Oh, yeah. And there's scholarships for literally anything.
Yeah. What's the worst they're gonna say? No. Ooh.
Go to the next one.
Yeah. Go to the next one. Apply. Fishnet. Throw a fishnet out there. Be like,
Yeah.
apply for everything. You get it. Boom. You're going to college for free as long as you do the recs for
Yeah,
what
as long
those.
as you do they got a set of rules,
Mhm.
obviously. But
Yeah.
do the rule. If that's what your means
Yeah.
to get out, do
Yeah.
what they tell you to do. It's simple.
Yeah. You can't hold your hand all the way through
Yeah.
your life. Like that's not right. That's not right.
These people making excuses as to why they're the
Mhm.
way they are.
Yeah.
Dude, stop making excuses. Own up to what you done. Or,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Man
Yeah.
up and say, hey, I'm going to get out of this,
Mm-hmm.
and this is what I'm going to do to do it.
Yeah.
There's options.
It's not fair that I live in this shitty neighborhood.
Yeah.
Well, no, it isn't. It's not your fault. It's not fair.
Yeah, definitely not your fault.
But
But if
if
you
you
don't like it, there's
Yeah.
options to get out.
Yeah, if you don't want to be there, suck it up for the time being. Bust your ass
Yeah.
in school. Get that scholarship.
Well, they don't
Join
want
the
to put in the
military.
work.
They don't want to.
Don't want
They
to put in the
don't
work
wanna
for
put in the
that,
work.
dude.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not going to join the
Mhm.
military. I'm not going to work. No, I don't want to go to. I don't want to go to college.
Yeah.
Well, then I guess you're stuck there,
I
buddy.
guess you're stuck there. I don't want to. I don't want to be in a coal mine, but that's all there is. Join the military.
Yeah.
Bust your ass in school. That's who we were talking about. Coal mining towns. Nowhere else.
Yeah.
No, but it's even in the coal mining towns, like it's a huge opioid epidemic there. People go from doctor to doctor to get these drugs. Like, oh man, I really wish my mom wouldn't be, this crazy heroin addict. Join the military, get away from it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it sucks. Sometimes you have to cut people out of your life that you love
Yep.
to get better.
To be a better person.
Oh, okay.
Better
This
life.
is what I was wanting to talk about. I was wanting to join the Merchant Marines, right? But then I was thinking about it. I was tired of missing my family and whatnot, and I was selfish when I joined the military. But it's like you can't let people, even your own family, dictate what makes you happy.
Yep.
You can't sacrifice your happiness for somebody else's happiness. If you're happy going and painting in New Zealand, go do it. I don't know what that
Yeah, I don't know what
I'm
you're
not-
doing in New
yeah,
Zealand
yeah,
painting, but
yeah.
whatever.
if that makes you happy. Go, man. Passion's a huge thing that I support. Like if whatever you're passionate about, all for it, man. As long as you're not infringing on people's rights or messing with the military, passion all the way. Go for it.
There's a big thing I read a while back, and it says your family holds you back more than anything.
It does.
Then I was like, no, that's a stupid quote. And then I
Mhm.
really started thinking about it, and I was like, wait a minute. Everything I've ever decided in my life, hey, wait a minute, I
Mhm.
should try this. Why
Mhm.
would you do that? Don't do that. That's stupid. Did you think
Mhm.
this? Did you think that? And wait a minute. That's what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whether I succeed or fail, guess what? At the end of the day, that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah. No, that the whole reason why I moved back here is for family.
Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm. And it's not like I hate this place. I love this place, but I also like Washington State. Colorado seems like a cool option. Texas doesn't seem all that bad, but they have some weird laws down there too. But there's different options.
Yeah,
Like I don't have to live in those states. Like oh okay, cool. Montana, they have something cool that I'm interested in. Move up there,
Yeah.
But I can't, because my family. I want to live next to my family.
yeah.
But should I allow them to dictate my happiness?
No,
No.
not necessarily.
No,
no.
I shouldn't. But
But what makes you more happy?
yeah, that's
Are
true.
you going to be, yeah, so being a merchant marine makes you happy.
Mm-hmm.
So does your family.
Yeah.
Which one outweighs the other?
Yeah.
You can't do both.
Yeah.
You can only do one. So
Fam-
which one's better?
Yeah, family's only around for so long.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would like to be a merchant marine, but man,
Too old now, right?
yeah, I'm too old to get into the school.
Yeah.
But I could get on a
You
boat.
can still get on the boat, yeah.
I just wouldn't be a merchant marine. I'd be
Yeah.
just a weird sailor, not getting paid as much.
Yeah, it's not as exciting.
Yeah.
The money draws you to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Being a professional sailor, depending on who you're working for, like Marsk, please hire me. You can get paid a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Wow.
Alright, well. We wrapping this bad boy up?
Yeah. Might as well. It's probably
We've already been going 2.5 hours, 2 hours, something like that.
something like that.
Yeah.
8:30 we got here. Yeah. About an hour and a half again. No, because we did it. We started at
It's just like right after 6.
something like 6.
Yeah.
So 2.5 hours. That's a good one.
That is good.
Wow. Well,
These people are just listening to us talk about how good our podcast is.
our podcast is
It's the
amazing.
best out there. Don't forget
You
it.
should know. You're listening to it.
Yeah. We're better than everybody.
Yeah.
Sorry, Joe Rogan.
Well.
For people that don't know, though, on a side note, we do have a Instagram, and it will tell you when we're having new videos uploaded. So check us out at the Easy Life Podcast on Instagram.
Yep. And
Check for updates.
like us on Instagram and Twitter.
Oh, we do have a Twitter.
We're not so hot on the Twitter,
Yeah,
but
we're
we'll work
figuring
on
this
that.
Twitter thing out. We're not Twitter savvy.
yeah, if you show us some love on Twitter, I'm sure we'll figure it
Yeah,
out.
we'll figure it out. That's the
Yeah.
problem. We don't have enough people talking to us, so we don't understand.
Yeah. Well, if you
But
like it,
yeah, check us out.
yeah, follow us. Thanks for watching the last video. I hope this video is just as good
Just
as
as
last,
good, yeah.
or better. But yeah, like
Whether you do or you don't, we still enjoy it.
yeah. Oh yeah.
This is-
No, this
is a
is
blast.
awesome. This is so much fun.
Yeah.
Well, keep watching. There's sure to be more to come.
There will be. Till next
All right,
time.
till next time.